A new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620, The Zone.
Crossover. Oh, killer crossover. Just crossover. You just crossed him over. Danced to another victim to the crossovers. Crossed him up and sent him down.
Crossover is brought to you by Everlow Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlowconcrete.com.
Topic alert. What do you, if Nebraska goes 11-1, are they definitely in the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
yes.
hold on here.
Yes. Indiana made it last year.
Thank
People
you.
forget that.
Hold on. It would help that USC beats Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need something on your resume. And then Cincinnati wins the Big 12. So if Cincinnati wins the Big 12, at that point, no doubt about it. But
11-1.
Because you're going to have some 3-loss at-large teams. That'll be out of
which makes it even more of a reason why Nebraska gets in at 11-1.
Like I think the only arguments you could make are probably 10. Like Illinois, maybe if Illinois goes 10-2 and gets another quality win, like maybe you could. The 10-2 teams that have
Cincinnati,
a quality
go
win.
USC, go Iowa.
I don't know if any of their resumes really matter if they go 11-1. If they just,
I agree with you, Matt.
If they just win every game and their only loss is a 3-point loss to Michigan, I think they're in no matter what. I don't think that USC or any of those teams necessarily need to have good resumes.
I have no trust.
It's 12 teams that get in. It's a lot of teams.
But you're going to have some SEC teams that are 3-loss teams.
So is Nebraska? I mean, I guess at that point they'd make the Big Ten championship game, probably, right?
Probably.
Whoa.
Let me think about it.
Well, if Ohio State and Indiana go undefeated, then no. And I don't think I don't think they play each other because Indiana.
I guess you're right.
Penn
They
State.
don't.
So Ohio State and Indiana.
So Indiana
both go
still
12-0.
has Penn State. That'll be a really tough game.
And that'd be a bad loss for them.
So let's see what Ohio State's got cooking here.
What is
they have Penn State and Michigan?
Penn State and Michigan, yeah, and then UCLA,
yeah,
and then Purdue and Rutgers.
Is that game in the UCLA is in Columbus, right?
UCLA is in Columbus.
Okay.
I think if there was a
Big
plethora,
noon.
if there was a plethora of 2-loss teams in the SEC, yes, I would be very nervous about that. I would not be nervous about any 3-loss teams in the SEC. I mean, we already proved the precedent last year.
Just need Cincinnati to keep winning.
Yeah.
And then USC to beat Notre Dame so they come into Lincoln ranked.
Indiana.
And then if you take care of business, then there's no discussion.
There's no discussion.
Indiana goes to Penn State and Maryland back-to-back weeks.
I think the point of rooting for USC to win and to be a quality win for Nebraska is so if you go 10-2, then you have an argument.
Well, I don't think then your second loss would be to USC.
Yeah.
I don't know your 2 toughest games.
Well, if it's a quality win, it can't be a loss. So they win and they lose another game.
Yeah, they slip up.
That's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah,
that's
the 2 most difficult games you lost.
But I think that's why you really would root for USC. So
that's
way,
what we're saying.
Yeah, no,
sure. That's in the 10-2 scenario.
That's in the 10-2.
Yeah,
not
in the 11-1, I
I
don't think it matters. Yeah.
11-1 don't matter.
You guys have way too much trust in the committee.
I do. I actually do. I don't think that they've gotten
the
much
guy
wrong.
that is the Nebraska AD would have
Troy
to excuse himself.
Dannon. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like I don't think that they've got they've screwed it up
And
that royally where they would leave
Somebody's
an
going to
11-1
go.
Big
This
Ten
is
team out of the
payback for
playoff. That would be
2001,
ridiculous.
including Nebraska in the national championship game.
No, they wouldn't.
Remember that
Gary.
time they
Stop
left the
it.
undefeated
You're
team out?
fear-mongering.
I'm not fear-mongering.
Fear-mongering,
I'm
Gary.
preparing myself.
That's what we're
That
calling
Nebraska
you.
would get screwed, and we'd have to have these discussions.
They'll be just fine at 11-1. Just fine.
They left Florida State
Okay,
out.
so let's look what happened to Florida State.
But
they
that was
haven't been the
14.
same.
They haven't
What
been the
could happen
same
to
since.
Nebraska
That was-
if they leave Nebraska out? Look what's going to happen to Nebraska.
That's
Nebraska
totally
will
different.
lose
No, okay.
all these Big Ten games.
Let's just
in a
say this: Nebraska goes 11-1, but Dylan Raiola breaks his leg against Iowa. Then what?
So then
Don't you
you
put
would
that
have
juju on me.
Then it's a conversation.
TJ
Yeah.
Lateef.
Then it's a conversation.
well,
The TV.
well,
Some people around here would say, actually, Nebraska's way better now.
yeah, sure.
But I don't think the committee would think the same.
Well, what would have to happen is Nebraska would have to play Iowa, and TJ would have to look good against Iowa. And if TJ,
No, I'm saying he breaks his leg in like the fourth quarter or something like that.
well, I thought we were trying to compare it to the Florida
A
State.
real Drew
Okay,
Aller
yeah, yeah.
because
situation.
Florida State did have a game that they could play without Jordan Travis to prove that they were the same quality team with their backup, and they
got smoked.
they beat Louisville. I just don't think they.
Well, they got beat by Clemson in no, I'm sorry.
No, they
didn't lose at all.
beat
Yeah.
they beat Louisville, but they didn't look good playing Louisville. Like their defense completely carried them to that.
Yeah,
victory.
that was messed up. That was
Yeah.
the one that they've really screwed up, probably.
Yeah, that was one though where it was tough because all those other teams had won their conference championship games.
So kind of okay. So let's play this scenario.
And it was only 4.
Right?
Yeah, it was 4 at the
Yeah.
time. It wasn't a 12
Indiana,
team.
Ohio State, Oregon, all trending to be in the playoff. If USC wins at Notre Dame, that eliminates Notre Dame.
Yes.
More than likely.
Yes. No, they're out.
They
that
could
that
make
game's
case,
a playoff eliminator.
They can make a
Yes.
case. Well, our 3 losses are to 3 playoff teams. Could be true. The USC Nebraska game at 11 a.m. on Big Fox
Gross. Stop. Why are you doing
because
this?
Penn State sucks.
No, don't do this.
It's going to be.
It's gonna be
no,
11
It's
a.m.
going
you
to be.
guys have to stop it.
The
If we-
blackout
But
for 11 a.m.
Us saying that it's going to be at night isn't going to make them play it at night.
It's called Vibes. Have you ever heard of Vibes?
Yeah,
And we are rooting for not Big Noon Fox.
but it's going to happen.
I think it's going to happen.
No.
They're going to throw Ohio State
No.
a bone
No.
and say, you know what? You're already ticked off at us. We're not going to make you play a home game at noon.
Disgusting.
We want USC, Nebraska, especially if
Gross.
USC beats Notre Dame.
This is horrible. I can't
It
believe
would
you
actually be an
guys.
improvement. It actually might be an advantage for Nebraska because it would be 9 a.m.
Of
USC
course it
time.
would be,
Yeah.
but I don't care.
It's a
Give me the night
compliment.
game. Give me the night game.
Yeah.
Being on Big Noon is a compliment.
I mean, low key.
Being on Big Noon is the worst.
You get the
Why?
show.
Ah,
you like
who
Gus.
cares?
You get
the
Gus.
Dave Portnoy guy's gonna come in here and talk about Michigan. It's gonna be stupid.
So that you can be upset about. That's totally valid.
I don't care about Gus. I don't want. I
But
like
this
making
isn't-
fun of Gus.
but
I don't
this
want
is-
like when Gus
Connor.
calls my football games.
Connor, I don't think. Well, it's no better than Tim Brando.
Yeah, but that's a different deal.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you. I would also like it to be at night, but we're just trying to tell you this is your reality.
I know what the reality is, but stop
So
it.
USC wins at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
USC, Nebraska is a playoff elimination.
Yes.
I know.
Sounded like a Buckeye fan.
I know what you guys are saying. I know, but just let's not.
That would be a playoff.
Let's
elimination.
just think positive here,
Well,
okay?
probably.
I would like to think positive, but then Penn State got in the way. Okay, Penn State is really screwing with all of us around here.
I know.
This is-
Okay.
They're blowing it up.
You know what? Penn State screwed with us in 2011 before Nebraska went out there. Now in 2025,
Well, that was a different thing.
it's still Penn State. We are messing with people. And now in 2025, because of their coach getting fired and their team is bad, it's going to force USC and Nebraska to play at 11 and not
Puke.
at night.
Disgusting.
By the way, real quick, can we go back to and I'm not yelling at you. I'm just making a point where you said Notre Dame, if they lost to USC and it was a close game, they could make the argument, our 3 losses are close losses to playoff teams. Here's my thing. You have to, if you're going to be in the playoff, you have to have merit to
games.
potentially win the national championship. And if your 3 losses are all to teams that you would play in the playoff, and you lost to all those teams,
Hold
you
on.
have proven
Hold
that
on.
you
They-
can't beat
They
those
don't,
teams
they
going to
don't
the
brag
national
and say, hey,
championship.
okay, which teams have the best chance of winning the championship? They don't do it like that.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? It's the 12 best teams.
So
You
who
put-
would-
you
who
put
would
the
Notre
12 You
Dame's-
put the 12 best teams in with the 12 best resumes.
Let's see.
You don't look at matchups and go, well,
Let me
let's
tell
not
you.
put Clemson in because they have no shot
But
against Texas.
but if you lose 3 games to playoff teams, you have proven that you can't beat playoff teams.
Yeah, okay, but here's the deal. Here's what I just like to look at it from a resume perspective, right?
What
So
is USC ranked this week? 17th?
Yeah, I
20.
don't know.
Is that what they are? The 17th?
AP poll, Josh. Thank you.
So if they beat Notre Dame, they're going to move up.
All right,
So
so
they might move up again during a bye week.
So
Okay.
we're trying to evaluate Notre Dame as if they are 9-3 with losses to Miami, Texas A&M, and Southern Cal.
And
Here's what their
basically no quality win.
here's what their wins would be: Purdue,
Ugh.
Arkansas,
Ugh.
Boise State,
Ooh.
North Carolina State,
Hey.
Boston
Barf.
College,
Barf.
Navy,
Barf.
Pittsburgh,
Undefeated Navy.
Barf.
Syracuse,
Barf.
Ooh.
Stanford.
Barf.
This is getting better.
Plus 3 losses. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Stanford,
I don't
Boston
care.
College, like
I don't
the
care if
two
they're
Exactly.
to the Baltimore Ravens.
There are a couple of teams that they have beaten or will play that will be out of coaches.
They play like 4 of the worst Power 5 teams in the country.
Nice.
That's not
Maybe-
their fault.
Maybe
but
that's why Marcus Freeman is leaving to go to Penn State. Discuss.
I mean, by the way, Josh, what they schedule, it is their fault. I mean,
Well,
they're
yeah,
in
I
charge
guess,
of their
yeah.
That is one
It is.
where
But
they've done that to themselves.
they would come out and say, no, not us. ACC agreement, not our fault.
We only
They
deal with
agreed
the-
to
This
the
would
ACC
be-
agreement.
This would be a year where, like, there's really nobody else in the ACC. They've already played the toughest team in the ACC. Like, they should have beat them. They could have won opening week and then just lollygagged through the season and got in as like an 11 seed.
Done. Yes. But they decided not to give the ball to Jeremiah Love.
No, but I respect that. They played Texas A&M.
But you watch, if they win, if they beat USC and they run the table, they're in. There's no hesitation. They're 10-2.
I
They're
agree.
in
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
because
Sure.
they could say we just lost to 2 playoff teams and 2 one-score games.
I mean, that's exactly why they change how they evaluate the teams with the whole quality loss thing now, was so brands like Notre Dame could get in even though they lost to teams.
Our
are in the
dear
playoff.
Notre Dame honk in the chat, Kenneth, is he says Notre Dame is out if they lose again, but they're not going to.
Is that game at USC?
Shout out
It is
Kenneth.
at
It is
Notre
at
Dame
It's under the lights.
Stadium.
You should know that.
They are home the
That's
entire
your
month of
second favorite
October.
team.
Touchdown, Jesus.
It's a great place to go and watch a football game.
football.
It's a night game.
Football,
USC,
football.
Notre
Big
Dame,
Ten Saturday night.
the Bush push.
Oh man, are
The
they gonna wear
one-
green jerseys for that game?
I don't know. They
You
usually
got
do
to.
something special,
You
especially
gotta.
under the lights.
You got to wear
The
green.
one ND night game I went to, they played Stanford and they lost, and everybody wanted Marcus Freeman fired after that.
Mm.
Well, remember they lost to Northern Illinois last year.
People forget that,
And they lost to Marshall.
and still made the national championship game
They did.
Wow.
Things
because they
happen
beat
fast.
Georgia and controlled them. Do you remember that? Matt's original
what?
take. Matt's
Yes.
original sin
Yes.
was saying that Notre
was-
Dame would score 0 points.
It was all downhill after that.
People sometimes bring that up when Notre Dame comes up on the show. They're like, you think they'll score this
Sometimes-
weekend? They're
sometimes-
playing Boise State. You think they'll score
Sometimes-
this weekend?
You know, I was looking really good for the first quarter and 3 minutes. And then,
Yeah. So was James Franklin 238 days ago.
look,
Oh.
Gunner Stockton didn't develop yet. All right. Now Gunner's gunning it. You know, now Gunner's a stud. But back then, Gunner was bad.
James Franklin was looking good 17 days ago.
He was. He
Can you
was.
imagine telling him when that game was about to
You're
go into
fired in 3
overtime,
weeks, buddy.
in 3 weeks you're gone? You know how
Was it-
crazy that is?
Wasn't game day in State College?
Yeah, no.
For Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Was
the
it?
shows were there.
No, because Big Noon was somewhere else because it was night game on NBC. Weren't
Weren't
game day
Up-
at
it- were-
Ohio
no,
State?
weren't they in Miami?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What,
I thought wasn't that the week they
it was
were
the
in
biggest game in
Miami?
college football, like bar none. Like I'm pretty sure they were both there.
Oh, that's right, because it was a monster weekend.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Because they were at
Bama, Georgia. Was
yeah,
that
Georgia? Bama was
Georgia-
the same weekend.
yeah,
Well,
Geor-
whatever. You're right. 17 days ago, like it was a whole different story. See, that's why you should never get too comfortable as a college football coach,
Or just don't lose to bad teams.
Yeah.
or don't become a college football coach, but take the salary.
Now that's hard.
Isn't that
Kind
just
of.
winning the lottery?
That's difficult. Yeah.
Kind of. Can I not make decisions on Saturdays but get the paycheck?
That's what Cody Campbell's trying to figure out.
You know what I would do, and I think if I was a podcaster, I would just hire James Franklin because he's got to fulfill like pursuing a media job.
God, that would suck.
just
he
let
would
him-
suck on TV.
He would be bad on TV, but have him come on a podcast and pay him money
TV is
just
podcast.
to blank talk Penn State for an hour.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder how he feels. I'm sure that there's a part of James Franklin where he is thankful to be released.
That's why I said mutually agreed.
Yeah, thankful to be released from the
It's the Ed Orgeron.
stressors.
How
of
much
that
money are you going
job.
to pay me?
Do you, Connor? Do you think Clark Lee can't be hired because Penn State fans would freak out if they hired another Vandy head coach again?
No.
Okay,
No, I think you can hire Clark Lee. He is
Okay.
hireable.
he's hireable.
Yes.
Is Drinkwitz hireable?
At Penn State?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no, because you know what he would do then on interviews? We are.
I think
You
they're
know,
I think they're
like a
looking
lot
for
of coaches
specific
do
thing.
that. By the way,
Who does that?
Well,
Only person I ever heard
the-
on this air, Pat Fitzgerald. We'd have him on the show.
the
He'd
future,
say, go Cats.
the future head coach of
So we
Iowa.
try and get him off before he was
Real
able to
about
say, go
schema,
Cats.
go Gophers.
Yes.
I can't wait until Jed Fish and the Huskers take on Pat Fitzgerald and the Hawkeyes in Iowa City next year.
Wow.
You said Jed Fish.
Yeah, just throwing out a name.
Jed Fish for Huskers coach.
I thought he was going to UCLA.
Apparently, Jed Fish is going everywhere.
Put him on the wheel.
He's like Carmen San Diego. We never know where he's at.
Hey, is there a part of you two that you're thinking it's going to come back? The wheel is going to come back.
Absolutely.
No.
What wheel?
Whoa, Josh wants the wheel to come back.
The wheel of coaches, Matt. The
It
wheel
was,
this
it
was a
was
great bit.
glorious daily thing on this show.
So what? You would spin the wheel, it would land on a coach, and then you would talk about what it would look like if that coach was the head coach of Nebraska.
pretty much.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good idea. I like
And we spun it and spun it and spun it
Well,
because people forget it was a long,
long
long
process.
2022.
Mina
So-
Kimes had a turn.
Yeah.
what?
That's how far down the
Yes,
list
she
we
did.
got.
Was Condoleezza Rice on there?
No,
No,
okay.
no.
no,
Damn
no.
it.
She was busy at the time.
Yeah.
She was running the college football playoff committee or something.
Should put Glenn Powell on the list. Talk about being powelled.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
we'd have to come
Yeah.
up with some more people to throw in there.
Magic Glenn.
Yeah, we don't have as much of as long a runway. Like Trev didn't do that the wheel any favors because he fired Frost early.
Or
in
did he do
season.
the wheel a huge
I mean,
favor?
Trev made the wheel.
Yeah, he did make the reel.
Trev was the wheel.
Trev, if Trev doesn't do that when he did it, the wheel
Remember,
doesn't exist.
Trev could have waited like 11 days and saved himself a lot of money.
and
$7.5
we would have
million.
and we would have still got a wheel
Mhm.
out of that. You know, we
But
would've
you
still had 6 good weeks of a wheel.
you could not play Oklahoma with a lame duck coach. That just couldn't happen. That was just unacceptable. You know, screw saving money in this day and age of college football. You just could
Wow.
not play that.
Are
Oklahoma
you
game.
advocating for them to have fired Frost later?
I mean, it was definitely like a financial, not the greatest financial decision ever. To like Josh said, you could have waited 11 days. You still were going to get your ass kicked to Oklahoma, no matter who was on the sideline.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, not probably. No, you were. That
Mhm.
was that. I mean, they spent $7.5 million to have better morale heading into a game. Yet you still got your ass whooped.
I don't know if that was the only reason.
I'm sure there were other.
I
reasons.
think it just couldn't go any further.
Well, I'm
it
just
was
saying.
just one of
I don't.
those-
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying the financial decision of burning $7.5 million, where you could have waited just 11 more days to save that money.
It's not your money, so who cares?
yeah,
whatever.
it's a good point, but
It's that it's a guy that runs
Worth-
the pump jack down in
worth
the
punching.
Who
Kansas
knows?
Nebraska border that's got an extra 10 laying around.
Worth
If
pointing
they
out.
fire him 2 weeks later, then maybe he would have got his truck fixed, and we would not have had the dented truck.
That truck was never getting fixed,
That's true.
and you never.
What if
wanted-
they would have fired him after the season before?
Maybe he would have cleaned. Now that would have been the optimal
Yeah.
idea. They should have done
And
that.
he didn't want to clean that PJ after.
Too many spitters.
Too many spitters. So many spitters.
They definitely should have. They definitely should have fired him at the end of 21.
Oh,
They definitely should have done that.
no. But we're going to buy O'Shawn Mathis.
No,
Yeah.
it had nothing to do with that. It
Mark
had to do with-
Whipple.
It had to do with somebody on the Board of Regents is Mariano Rivera.
Correct.
Mark Whipple.
Mark Whipple. That was fun. I'm glad we
Oh.
got to know Mark Whipple. If
Yeah,
they would
a
have
little
fired him
bit.
at the end of 21, I wouldn't have been, we wouldn't have known Mark Whipple.
That guy had some.
No, we would not have known. Well, you probably don't have Donovan Riola here.
Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true. Yeah.
Remember, we went searching for an OC and an offensive line coach. Put that
Yeah.
on the wheel.
Yeah.
Huh.
I can't. The wheel can't go
But
that deep.
they
Are
they
we so-
fired all those other coaches like 3 weeks before the season ended
Yes.
in 21, right?
Yeah.
Are we going
Prior,
that?
prior to the Ohio State game that year? The one where they were like weirdly close and Samari Toure had a big game. It probably came up on your Samari Toure highlight reel.
Yeah, the Samari Toure highlight reel is literally half of that game.
I think they fired all those guys that week. The week before that.
Yeah, no, the week before the Ohio State game they did. Yes.
Okay.
So here's another one. I'll give you
because that was
in Verduzco.
Let's play the what if. If you do fire him after that season, you probably don't get Emmett Johnson because Ron Brown gets on to Emmett Johnson and convinces Frost off from a scholarship.
Well,
I'm about to say something, and you guys aren't going to like it.
No,
nobody's going to like it.
Can I say it before you say it?
Sure.
You don't get Dylan.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say that's okay.
I mean,
sorry. I'm sorry. He's great. He's great.
He's great. I
love him. I love Emmett. I love Emmett.
Where's
Emmett's out there.
The take is coming from he's replaceable.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, but there's a lot of Big Ten running backs that are replaceable.
Okay, Michigan.
No, I didn't say all of them. Okay. So there's plenty of them. I mean, the guy that you're about to play is averaging 3.7 yards per carry.
A lot of zero war Big Ten running backs.
I mean, I'm sorry. The guys like Penn State should be embarrassed. The fact that they lost to Kamalafe and Hyman.
But I mean, right now, Emmett Johnson is not a zero war player.
No, not at all.
He's more. He might be like 2.
Hey, who do you think if we had a mid-season all Big Ten quarterback and you get first, second, third team, only one honorable mention? Is Dylan in the 4?
Okay, so here we go. Damon Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Saying
he's honorable.
Really?
He's honorable mention.
Then you have to throw in
Mendoza.
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 If Fernando would be 1, Damon would be probably 2, and then it would come down to
Jaden Mayava.
Yeah, him and Rhule are probably on the outside looking in.
Why do you have to include Saying?
Because you have
he
to.
Is filthy.
I don't know if he's filthy. But
he's not.
He's not. Filthy.
He hasn't done anything filthy.
He's not filthy.
He's fine.
He's good.
He's
good.
fine.
He's good. He's good, and he's got great stats
Okay.
because he's throwing a great wide receiver.
I will couch this, and then we will compare Saying against Minnesota, Saying against or Rhule against Minnesota.
But
just
Dylan,
because he plays at Ohio State, you don't have to go, well, he just plays at Ohio State. That's why you don't give Ryan Day any credit. You never give Ryan Day credit.
I give Ryan Day plenty of credit.
76-10.
I give Ryan Day plenty of credit. You cannot couch this discussion and say, oh, how did Rhule play against Minnesota compared to Saying? Because Rhule isn't throwing to 2 first-round picks. Rhule is throwing to a maybe third-round pick in Isaiah Hunter and a fifth-round pick in
He might
Barton.
become a first-round pick. He's only a sophomore.
Ohio State's going to have all the other first-teamers, so
Yeah.
just
So
leave Saying.
I'm not
off it.
saying that Saying is first team.
Or I mean,
Mendoza is first team.
Mendoza is first team. And then
But Saying is in the top 4 of quarterbacks in this league.
What was the word
Yeah,
you
what-
used to describe him?
filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Filthy. Okay, that's what I thought.
That boy filthy.
Whole question up is Julian Saying filthy.
Saying is in the top. Saying obviously with statistics is in the top.
What it does show is the Big Ten is a really good quarterback conference.
Yeah.
Like we all thought it would be.
It did take a hit though with Aiden Childs being
and they're all
broken.
young. Too.
Listen, the Big Ten is very different now. The Big Ten is
Big Ten is the SEC.
they're shedding their old ways.
You
in
can
terms
throw
of
the
football
ball in
playing.
the Big Ten. It's okay.
It is allowed. All right, so passing leaders in the Big Ten at this very moment. Jaden Mayava, number 1. Luke Altmaier, number 2.
See, that's okay. Wait,
He's gotta
having
be
a
on there.
great. He's having a great
He's
year.
got to be on there.
And Beatty, that guy that wide receiver's thrown to, he is talk about filthy. He's filthy.
Ethan Kaliakmanis.
He's having a decent year.
Put him on the
He
list.
played pretty well against Washington.
Damon Williams,
Freaky.
Dylan Rhule.
Okay, so who are you not? If we only have 4 quarterbacks to choose from, who do we all agree on?
Mendoza.
Mendoza
and Williams.
Damon Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The rest is up for
Washington
debate.
going to get ranked anytime?
Who?
Washington?
I don't know. Well, if they beat Michigan, they put
I don't know.
on the hot seat,
Guys,
and they probably are ranked, considering their only loss was Ohio State.
if we were to remove the Indiana game, Altmaier would easily be on.
Have we forgotten about Dante Moore?
No?
No.
What were his numbers against Indiana? Like
he threw two
okay.
picks. He
Two
threw 2
picks in
picks.
the
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter. I mean, he lost them that
Okay.
game. I mean,
Dante Moore, 21 of 34,
Yeah.
1 touchdown, 2 picks, 186 yards,
okay.
sacked 6 times.
and he did not. I mean, until the fourth quarter, it's not like he had a really good game against Penn State either.
His stats are not worthy of
No.
a choice at this point.
I think Dante Moore.
Now, he went from being after winning at Penn State to being like 1 or 2 in the Heisman to 2 weeks later. Life comes at you fast in this sport.
Well, then you also start recognizing that Dante Moore's best stats are against Oregon State or Oklahoma State and Northwestern.
Passing touchdown leaders in the Big Ten. Fernando Mendoza, 17.
Raiola.
Dylan Raiola, 16.
Saying
Dante Moore and Julian Sayin, 15.
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier, Jaden Maiava, 13.
I definitely do think you have to grade against the curve when it comes to Julian Sayin and the fact that he's got great blockers and incredible wide receivers.
Still got to make the play.
Yeah, but his plays are easier to make than other quarterbacks.
I had the
plays are.
same argument back in the 90s, so I get what you're saying. Because people would knock Tommy Frazier.
Do you guys know
Oh,
that
I'd love
Julian?
to run that offense.
Do you guys know that Julian Sayin is completing 78% of his passes?
What's his adjusted completion
Seems good.
percentage? I bet
Huh.
it's like in the 90s.
Now, Maeva
I don't
kind of
know.
quietly,
85.
but now he has a win against Michigan. His numbers are pretty good. Now, they include a couple of games. I mean, he put up a big number against Michigan State.
Put up a big number against Illinois.
And then they had Missouri State in there.
I guess I haven't watched enough of USC to properly have a proper Jaden
They're
Maeva.
actually
Did you
they
see-
have fun to watch on offense.
Yeah.
Now they got King Miller at running back after
Like-
Jordan went down.
Somehow I've watched more Rutgers football than I have USC
Rutgers.
football.
Rutgers.
That in Cincinnati
That's your problem.
and Baylor. Sawyer Robertson, what a guy.
Would we give any mention at all to Nico Iamaleava?
You might make a late run.
Right now, no. End of the year, talk to me.
Like the last 2 weeks, he's like the numbers that you thought you were going to get.
Pretty
Mhm.
absurd and pretty good stuff.
Like what was Eric Bieniemy doing last year with that offense? And then what was Deshaun Foster doing?
What's Sunshine doing
Well,
now?
well, they had a much worse quarterback last year in that offense. And that guy could only run, and then it seemed like he only really ran all over the place against Nebraska.
Yeah, I forget that guy's name.
Yeah, me
already.
too. He was from California.
It
Big,
was
big,
just a white guy.
yeah, big white guy.
It's
It's
just a regular.
a
old white
really
guy.
big athletic white guy.
That was not Troy Aikman
Like a
or
more polished.
Wayne Cook.
Well, I think of Heinrich Harburg.
His name was
Charlie something. Charlie something.
Ethan Garbers.
Okay. Not even
yeah.
close.
Garbers.
That is a good California name.
Garbers.
Mr.
Down the
Gar-
sideline.
Mr. Garbers.
Man, I'm so pissed. I saw your tweet. I didn't hear Gus's All-American Girl this week.
He was a little bit more juiced because he had an Ohio State. game,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
What do we think of Penn State quarterback Ethan Grunkmeyer now?
No opinion.
The Grunk Man.
Can we throw in? Hey,
I mean, that's a hell of a
Hey,
name.
You
I'm
can't
Grunk
play-
now.
You can't play quarterback with that last name.
Thank you.
the 11th,
Yeah.
the
Because it's not
12th.
easy to pronounce. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
And if you mispronounce it, it's going to sound worse.
Kirkmeyer.
Yeah.
11th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. I was grunk.
There was
I was
There
I
is
was
a-
grunk in excess.
I'm Grunk now.
there's
I'm drunk
there's
now.
a clip on TikTok of like 2 Penn State podcasters, and one guy goes, "I don't even know who the backup quarterback is."
Yeah.
And now they go to Iowa City with an interim head coach and a backup quarterback, and I don't think that line has changed very much.
I
Like
haven't
that's a
looked.
tricky spot of you
Interesting.
don't know what you're going to get out of Penn State.
What is the line?
It was like 4.5 or 5.5,
Let's go see.
but it's not like all of a sudden
Iowa,
balloon.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Iowa.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Grunk in here.
On
Grunk
Peacock.
in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool. I wanted us to play the Super Bowl shuffle on the show today, but I couldn't get it approved. Damn
Oh,
shame.
come on. The Bears are fine. They're not going to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl shuffle for
We are the Bears. Something through. I'm Speedy Wilk, and I'm Speedy Wilk, and I'm world class. I love to run, but I love to catch a pass.
I just like how much you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a little infectious.
I'm
keep getting-
Samurai Mike. I hit him cold.
Such
Part of the
disrespect to
defense,
the
big and
85 team.
bold.
Like 40 years later, I can't believe he's singing that song.
My name is Sweetness, and I like to dance.
He's not
Iowa.
Mike Tyson.
Iowa's a 2.5 or 3-point favorite, depending on where you look. It opened at 1.5.
The ladies love me because
Wow.
my body and my mind.
That's what's going on there. That is an interim head coach and a freshman quarterback on the road in a night game in Iowa City.
Oh, and they're
but like that makes sense to me. I mean, that makes sense to me.
whoa.
A low line.
3, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
They're an underdog.
Iowa is a favorite. Penn State
Yeah.
is an underdog. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. They should.
yeah.
be.
Penn State could win that game.
I mean, Iowa just beat Wisconsin 37-0. I know Wisconsin's bad, but I didn't think they're that
So
bad.
they're only a 3-point favorite against that unit that's coming.
I mean, Penn State would beat Wisconsin. Right,
Yeah.
right now, Wisconsin is ass. I mean,
There
ass.
is no disagreement on that.
True ass.
Also, too, like we could live in a reality where Penn State does get an interim head coach bump. I mean, UCLA got it, and UCLA
Absolutely.
is way less talented. Also, too,
They
I
might
think,
be ready to pack it in.
I think that's a game where Iowa has no intention of scoring more than 17 points.
They just
never
stop
do.
at 17.
Well,
They're like, yeah, we're done. We're good.
They constantly score 30 points now.
Yes, they are. Have you not seen Tim Lester's run game?
it's great.
Nebraska's up to 8.5 or 9.5.
Yes.
Depending on where you
Yeah,
look.
so-
that is too many points.
Well, if you look at
too much.
I was running some numbers on a prediction site that I have, and the prediction site handicapped it at 9.9. So
You agree with Mr.
no,
Computer?
I would put a lot of money on Minnesota plus 9.5, but I don't bet Nebraska games.
It opened at 5.5. It's
Yeah.
up to 8.5
I
to.
thought it opened at 4.
It says I'm looking at the Vegas Insider line thing, and it's at. I mean, maybe some people got it at 4
But yeah, I believe. I mean,
or 4.5.
it's the people who bet on Mondays and Tuesdays on these lines are not, Jimmy and Joe
Whoa.
at ATO.
Hey,
Okay,
what-
they are the Sharks.
What if I would have told you on August 1st that Nebraska would go to Minneapolis, be 5-1? You probably would go, yeah, I get it. But they'd be a 9.5-point favorite. You'd
No
be like,
way.
"You're
I'd say
crazy."
what happened to Minnesota.
You'd be like, did
Yeah.
Drake Lindsay break his leg?
I would
Yeah.
say did Darius Taylor quit the football team?
Did PJ Fleck go to Penn State?
What is Coy Parrish doing? It is
Playing
kind of
quarterback.
it is kind of I don't think it's crazy, but it is funny that PJ Fleck is just nowhere to be found on these betting sites for the Penn State head
God,
coaching
what if they
job.
did win by 9 or 10 points?
That'd be nice.
How exciting would that be? I mean, I don't think they're going to just because of the way Nebraska plays football, but
Then you had the
That-
big boogeyman coming in next week.
That is something we have not ignored, but we do have to mention the fact that
TBAers?
it's 2 weeks in a row they've had big leads over teams that they clearly were better than, and they let them both come back and take a ton of momentum.
I don't know that Nebraska is clearly better than Maryland.
When in the beginning of the game they were clearly
It
playing
would help
better than them.
Nebraska's cause if Maryland becomes bowl eligible.
Yeah, sure.
Like all they got to do is win 2 more games.
And I think they'll probably do that.
I
I don't know
would
what
think
they.
so.
I don't know
They're-
what they
they're
got.
talented-wise.
But
they're
imagine not
better.
making a bowl game.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be a good look.
But
yeah.
against Michigan State they clearly were to start that.
Well,
yeah,
you
Nebraska was definitely better than Michigan.
I
State.
mean,
So Cincinnati's bowl. No, wait. Are they bowl eligible yet? No, they're 5-1.
they're 5-1. Is there anyone other
Akron's
than
not going to make a bowl.
No.
They can't.
oh dear God,
Be better in school. Michigan State's not going to make a bowl,
I don't think so.
and you'd be nice to Maryland just get 2 more victories.
Let's check Maryland's
Is
upcoming.
Northwestern going to make a bowl?
TBD. I mean, they're past the toughest part of their schedule, but the problem is that was that them being good or was that Penn State being terrible? I think that's still out in the open. I will say that Preston Stone has looked a lot better
Whoa.
in the last 2 games than he
Okay.
did to start the year.
Here's a little snapshot at what Maryland's got coming up. They go to the Rose Bowl this weekend to play UCLA.
Okay.
Bye week. Home against Indiana.
Yeah.
At Rutgers. Need it bad. At Illinois.
Yeah.
Home against Michigan.
Yeah.
Home against Michigan State. That could be
Okay.
for bowl eligibility. That could be for bowl eligibility for both teams.
So
Yeah, but I don't know.
There is a path to 6.
There is definitely a path to
Like
6.
so, NU is going to get. They'll probably beat Purdue and they'll have 5 wins, and then they end with Nebraska, USC, Michigan, Minnesota,
Who's this?
Illinois, Northwestern.
No, I'm always going to be worried about Northwestern no matter what, just because
Yeah,
that's
House of Horrors.
that's how it goes. I mean, I remember 2011. I remember. Nebraska was rolling.
What happened?
roll-
What happened to Kane Coulter?
Kane Coulter was unbelievable. He was killing it.
I think
Was
Northwestern.
it only 14 years ago we were going to have a
was
union?
Nebraska's in the top 10, and it was they were rolling. Ken Coulter rolling the town. He said, "Not so fast, my friend."
What was that?
There was some excitement going into that because it was Michigan State prior, and everybody was excited.
They smoked them. Kirk Cousins did nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Was Michigan State number 9 in the country?
They were top 25. I don't think they were that high, but Nebraska beat them 24-3. They didn't do anything on offense the entire day.
Was the massive Northwestern comeback? I forget what year that was at Memorial. Was that 2018 or 2017?
The Hail Mary game?
No, not Wesker Camp. The one where Nebraska was up like 10 with 5 to go, and they ended up losing that game in overtime.
Well, that would have been
Moose's
that
first year here.
would have been on the road in 18.
In 18.
Well, they did win in overtime because in
Nebraska lost.
2017. 2017, Northwestern won because Bill Moose went out.
Clayton
in the
Thorson ran
parking
all
lot,
over the place.
and he was asking fans what they thought.
Yeah.
And that was where he was like, "Oh, we're."
I think I'm going to hire Scott Frost. Great idea.
He goes, I wonder if we'll meet in Philadelphia. And
Let's
I wonder if they'll make a book.
It wasn't
about
just cheesesteaks.
his book. Did you see Sip said his book's about to come out?
Yeah, Sip's been saying that for 8 years.
I know. I think Sip's getting a royalty.
He's got to.
Yeah.
Do you think Sip wrote the foreword to it?
He's got to have
Is his
something
name
in
going
there.
to be on the book?
He wrote it. Nice job, Sip.
Did you see? So he also said he added another chapter about Nebraska.
Great.
About what?
Just what we need. I hope I hope his book gets released on the same day the Rhule Penn State thing comes to a boil. Be a fun day for everybody. All right. See you guys later.
Well, that was a long one.
It was.
Whoa.
That's why you guys have to leave. That's the crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It's Tuesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone. Gary and Matt.
I'm not looking to get drunk, okay? But I'm not going to a football game to drink a seltzer, or if I am, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to keep my coat. What if your buddy's trying to lose some weight? What if he's trying not to drink those carbs? We're at a football game. What do you mean? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? If you are a different sex, I'm okay with it. Why? You're a dude. This is at a football game drinking a seltzer. It's not going to happen. This is 2025, all right? You should be able to drink whatever the hell you want, whatever the hell you want. Not at a football game. If we're at the beach or we're at Lenoma, we're hanging out, seltzer is fine.
Gary and Matt, weekdays 6 to 10 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast presented by Bellevue Berry and Pumpkin Ranch from the KETV Newswatch 7 Weather Center on 1620 The Zone.
Scattered showers possible Tuesday, which could dampen things up for the morning and evening drive. Otherwise, expect cloudy, cool conditions with highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV Newswatch 7.
Leaves falling to the ground, a chill in the air, and jack-o'-lanterns on the front steps. You know what that means? Yep, Old Man Winter's coming. Call Skradsky Heating and Cooling. Now through October 31st, you can save $499 on a single system or $1,099 off a full system. Family-owned and trusted, Skradsky Heating and Cooling. Get details at heatomaha.com.
When it comes to concrete repair, Everlevel has some serious game. Coach Greg McDermott here to coach you on why you should choose Everlevel Concrete Repair. They've got the fundamentals to fix your cracked and uneven concrete, and their products will give you the best defense against future damage. It's a fraction of the price compared to replacement, and their solutions come with a long-term transferable warranty. Working with Everlevel is a slam dunk. Call Everlevel Concrete Repair today for your free inspection.
Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is celebrating its 41st year of creating magical memories. Swing into fun on the new swing ride called Aunt Kelsey's Apple Swing. Take a drive on Stefan Country Drive where the kids are the drivers. There are over 50 attractions included with admission, such as Jan's Carousel, a barnyard challenge course, zip line, live performances, train rides, and more. Vala's open daily 9 to 9, September 5th through November 2nd.
Get into Prairie Flower Casino and get in the game. Prairie Flower has hundreds of the hottest slot machines along with the PFC Sportsbook and your favorite live table games. Looking for a bite and a beverage? You'll love all our options, including Sky Bar and Grill with nonstop sports on our wall-to-wall TVs and the friendly service you know and love. Play longer, win more at Prairie Flower Casino, just minutes north of downtown Omaha. Must be 21. Please bet responsibly.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Odson with you. Today on the show, we'll talk to Allan Bell in a little under an hour about football, the NFL in particular. Plenty of NFL stuff today. Mike Schaefer will join at 1. That's a Husker guest. Yes, Mike Schaefer on a Tuesday. Love to see it.
It's different.
It's
I'm gonna
different.
have to get used to it.
I texted Mike. I said, do you remember what we agreed to? And he said yes. So he's ready.
Okay.
The NFL reaction, overreaction, the writers were, I heard them. I heard them as they were cooking it up last night and this morning. Heard them from all the way upstairs. I can hear one of them yelling, not sensational enough.
Wonder which writer that was.
It's always the one guy. It's always Bill. So we'll have that coming up at 12:30 today. That's the lineup powered by the referees, John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all today, 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Call or text that number. Tweeted Happer Show at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. Like Theo, who says, here for the insider scoops. Fire emoji.
You are in the right place.
Oh,
Theo.
man. Do we love insider scoops?
He's scooping all day for you.
Do we love insiders?
I'm going to be like Adam Schefter all show long, just working the phone.
Scooping. We're scooping all over the place. Absolutely. You could come to expect many, many scoops from us. We heard from Matt Rhule at his press conference yesterday. Play back a couple of the clips. We'll wonder if Nebraska needs an oil tycoon.
We will, throughout the day, confirm your biases, whichever way you think Matt Rhule will go.
We agree with you.
Yes.
We're going to call Warren Buffett. We're going to say, what are you doing, Warren? Don't you know?
Don't you care?
There's a big opportunity for you. It's going to look great.
Think of the optics.
So we're doing the Lord's work out here. We will check back on a couple things that we didn't really get to yesterday with all the Penn State stuff. First of all, I can't believe that James Franklin got fired. We probably didn't talk about that enough yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like we advanced the story a little quicker than we needed to.
Luke Fickell, you're next.
Oh, yeah.
We will say our piece on all white uniforms. And I will admit wrong speaking about one Emmett Johnson. Oh, my goodness.
That's 2 days in a row.
I'm a big man.
This is sports radio, though. The host never admits when he's wrong.
Oh yeah, we have to look at these things, Josh.
Interesting.
It's the year of transparency.
Okay.
Also, we'll take a look at baseball last night, where the Mariners are 2 wins away from the World Series. What world do we live in?
This is all nearly unprecedented.
The other world in the National League, it just continues to stay the same. The Dodgers are 3 wins away from the World Series. So it'll be the Dodgers against somebody. Probably the Mariners at this point, an all West Coast World Series.
I'm sure East Coast media will love it.
Well, they'll be starting World Series games at 5, probably 5 Pacific. Yeah, that's when you could do it. So that'll be fun. You get some daylight in there.
You get a little. Cool. It's always great to see Mary Hart in the front row.
Many of the Dodgers luminaries, things like that. So we'll check in on that. I'll have to baseball explain something to you all coming up in just a few moments. But thank you for being with us today. We're happy you're here. If you're new here, welcome. I know there's people listening to Sports Talk Radio these days. They're looking for the insider scoops.
We got the scoops.
We love scoops. We love scoops.
We also love to laugh.
Oh,
you should probably know that.
We do
as immediately as possible.
Text from the 402 writes in.
Hi, 402.
Connor, what is Gus Johnson's take on Rhule to Penn State?
A request?
I wonder.
I have looked. He has not released his Got It Player of the Week yet. I imagine it's going to be that gentleman who throws the rock for the Hoosiers.
I don't know. I don't know what Gus would say. Probably say something like, I don't get it. A guy who's never won any top 10 games. This is Penn State. Something like that. All right. Welcome, everybody. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
After further review, the host is deemed to be out of bounds. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
My journey began 30 plus years ago, starting in accounts receivable and working my way up to CEO. Today, I lead over 180 employee owners, each committed to delivering excellence. At Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, our service technicians don't work on quotas. They work on trust, ensuring your comfort comes first. We're proud to be locally and employee owned with a culture built on honesty and integrity. Our commitment to the community remains strong through our apprenticeship program. It's just part of
where we do the things we do. StandardAC.com. Host is roasting every morning. Host is roasting every day.
Post Coffee is on a mission to invigorate every workplace with a blend of bold flavors and unforgettable service, creating moments with our coffee, water, and food services that spark joy, productivity, and connection. Call Host Coffee today.
Proudly serving Nebraska since 1972. Host Coffee is always roasting something good for you.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
At J-Tech Construction and Solar, they do it all. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and solar. As the official exterior and solar experts of the Huskers, they take pride in protecting homes and powering the future. J-Tech is hiring. They're searching for motivated sales reps in Omaha and a front desk superstar to join the team. Great pay, uncapped commissions for sales reps, and a winning company culture. J-Tech Construction and Solar, proudly the official exterior and solar experts of the Huskers. YourExteriorExperts.com.
It's time once again to follow your imagination at the Bellevue Berry and Pumpkin Ranch. Climb aboard a hayride and wind through a fall forest with spooky scenes straight to the pumpkin patch where you can pick your pumpkin, priced by the size, not the pound. There's tons of fall fun on the farm this year. Kids can explore our pirate shipwreck and check out the giant slide, meet the animals down on the farm, climb, zip line, jump on the bounce pads, and more. And when the sun sets, gather around a cozy campfire with your family, friends, or coworkers. Follow your imagination. Get your reservations and tickets at BellevueBerryFarm.com.
Get ready to laugh till it hurts. Bluebird Improv is coming to Scott Hall at the Holland Center. This legendary improv crew features comedy all-stars Joe Canali, Matt Walsh, Mark Evan Jackson, and Brad Morris. You've seen them on SNL, The Office, Veep, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now see them live. Sunday, October 19th, 7 p.m. Every scene is made up on the spot, one night only. It's never the same show twice. Tickets start at just $69.50. Get yours now at ticketomaha.com. Bluebird Improv. Ready, but never prepared.
Remember, no matter how you listen, it's still AM radio. 1620, The Zone.
Baseball last night.
Baseball.
Yeah. The Dodgers took a 1-0 lead on the Milwaukee Brewers.
That's right.
In Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Terang, you're going to have to take one for the team, man. You're going to want to get hit by that pitch that would drive in the tying run in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
What a business decision.
I really appreciated his answer after the game, which was, yeah, man, like, I don't know, like, I'm sorry, like, it's just instinctual. I guess I screwed up. That was basically it. Like, because you're asking a guy, like, why didn't you, when you have a microscopic amount of time to react, not do the thing that you are trained to do, or your body is naturally trained to do, which is get out of the way of moving baseball coming your way.
It was a real Roger Dorn move on his part.
And he's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, this split-second decision, that's how it goes sometimes. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's a good reminder. We are playing baseball after all.
We are humans.
But here was the play that took over last night. We'll add this in here, Josh.
Okay.
Sure. Where we're set up for.
So here's the situation. If you're watching along, it's on YouTube. Nothing. Top of the 4th. 1 man out. Quinn Priester on the mound, Max Muncy at the plate, and the bases are loaded, like I said. And then we'll play the play, and you see if you understand exactly what happens.
2, and Muncy skies one to center field, hit well. This one's got a chance. Freeland going back to the wall. He leaps. It's in. It's on the bases. Might have a play at the plate. The throw. Not in time. No, he's out. He's out. It's a forced play at the plate. Also, did he leave early? Once it hits the glove.
Okay. So let's pause. What's going on? All right. So let's pause there. So Brian Anderson, who is the broadcaster, is thinking what everybody else is thinking, which is it looks like a tag play to me. Looks like the guy at the wall caught the baseball, robbed Max Muncy of a home run, throws it back in. So in order for that to be the case, he would have to tag Teoscar Hernandez, who was the runner from third, out on the play. But au contraire, as you're about to see, Josh, are we ready to play a video again? Or parts of a video again? You're going to see all the angles here. Are we ready?
I'm thinking.
Okay. Let those gears turn a little bit. Let those gears turn a little bit.
Let's try that.
Okay. How about this? Now watch what happens here in center field.
You can leave the
You actually don't have to listen to the sound.
Okay.
It's totally.
base.
It goes off of his glove, off the Scott Phillips glove, and then off the wall.
And the throw beat
Which
him.
effectively turns
So
it
you're gonna have bases
into a
loaded and
ground
2 outs.
ball.
3
Hernandez
outs 'cause Contreras
pauses,
ran the third. He
goes
ran the
back
third,
to
throws it
tag,
to the plate.
because
This
he
is the
thought
secret
that Phillips
here.
caught the
So
ball.
now keep your eye on Will Smith
And then
at second. Okay,
slides
so
it to
no
home.
out at
He
the
was
plate is good.
confused
That's a
why he
force.
was
Here's
called
the
out.
out.
The tag wasn't placed on him. So basically what happens here is it is a ground ball double play. It's an 8-6-4-3, whatever they had to do to cut it, right?
Yeah, unassisted at the
8-6-2 double play. And then 2 unassisted is the second part of the out. So both the runners are then forced to their next base. It becomes a force play at home, something that appeared none of the Dodgers base runners understood.
That is clear.
So they weren't picking up, and going back on the wide angle replay, the left field umpire who was responsible for making the call, he had it. He said safe. He somehow saw that the ball went off of the glove and then bounced off of the wall and then back into the glove of Frelick, which like I said, effectively turns it into a ground ball. And Teoscar Hernandez, the runner from third, he thought, okay, I got a tag here on this situation. We'll score. We'll still take the lead here in the fourth inning. But he was forced out at home on kind of a bang play still. And then Contreras, the catcher, just runs it down to third base on a force play. I've never seen anything like that.
Excellent observation from Jason in the YouTube chat.
Hi, Jason.
The home plate umpire with the most meh out call ever on one of the craziest plays I've ever seen.
I'll give him this. At least he knew, at least he was picking up his other umpires to understand that it was a force play at home, because I could have seen an even more hectic situation in which he calls him safe at home because there's no physical tag. And then all hell breaks loose. So
and then nobody's happy
right,
because you messed it up on the field. Right?
The broadcasters spent the next several minutes discussing what happened and from all the different angles, and they eventually got to the bottom of it. The umpires were doing the same inside of a lengthy review, and they saw what you just saw on the replay.
They were so excited on the call.
I mean,
it was such a unique play.
It's
right?
not every day in baseball you get something that you've never seen before, and especially in a playoff game and a tie game, like you're getting close to the middle innings. I mean, that was absurd.
Cubs fan 84 on Twitch.
Josh, you have something to say to Cubs fan 84?
This seems like a normal human being. For all the crap we give umpires, the fact all of them got this right on the first call is insane.
100%. That might be the craziest part about this, because I thought watching it for the first time what everybody else thought. He caught it. He robbed the home run. It maybe bobbled out of his glove, but he caught it. Now, Hernandez makes the key mistake here, because when it touches Frelick's mitt for the first time, he is then eligible to tag. The ball is alive at that point.
Okay.
Even though it dribbles out of his glove and then he catches it again, even if that would have been, let's just say it doesn't hit the wall, it just bounces from glove to rebound glove, right? No wall. You still can tag on first contact, and you still should tag on first contact. So Hernandez makes the mistake by jumping off third base and then going back to tag at third. If he doesn't do that, he's safe at home, and they get the force play at third, and they get the run. out of this. So it was. I mean, obviously, I mean you can't really get them too much here because it was just such a difficult play to see. I mean, it's happening so far away from. To get it right the first time and then sort through it all on the replay and then figure it out that both calls were confirmed and they came through. And Josh, can we play a little bit of audio here?
Yeah, I figured out what's wrong. I
Okay.
just gotta figure out who's where.
Okay,
I'm good to go now. Thank
you.
you.
I want to hear because I want you all to see the end of this and the reaction from everybody.
Time. No, he's out. He's out. It's a force play at the plate. Also, did he leave early? Once it hits the glove, you can leave the base. It hits the wall. It's a force play then.
And now it's a force play at home.
Let's see. And the throw beat him. Yeah. So you're going to have bases loaded and 2 outs.
3 outs because Contreras ran to third.
He ran to third, throws it to the plate. This is the sequence here. So now keep your eye on Will Smith at second. Okay. So you know the out at the plate is good. That's a force. Here's the out.
So I thought I had the call in there, but I guess I didn't. But the umpires come back after the lengthy review, and they're like, after review, the runner at the plate is out, and the runner at third base is also out. Like incredible.
Now, the part I got confused on was he goes up to rob the home run.
Yep.
It bounces out of his glove, and then it hits the yellow line.
Mm-hmm.
That was where my confusion was. It's like, okay, the ball left the bat and ultimately hit the yellow line. Is that a home run? That's where I was confused.
I think correct me if I'm wrong here, baseball people, but like I think the yellow. I mean, balls can hit the yellow line.
It had to be like
it has to be over the yellow line. The
Yeah.
reason that the yellow line exists is to differentiate between everything that goes beyond the yellow line is a home run.
I'm pretty sure.
Like
you're right.
a ball can hit the yellow line and then bounce straight up,
Mhm.
and it's if it gets into somebody's glove, it's going to end up being an extra base hit. If it goes straight up and then over the wall, it's a home run, obviously. But that's just I think that's just there to differentiate, the end of the wall, the end of play.
I think you are correct. Yes.
But yeah, I that's true too. People get confused about that part. Hip Hop Fiend 84 writes in.
Hi, Hip Hop Fiend 84.
Meanwhile, Matt Rhule just boarded a private plane to Pennsylvania, and Connor's talking about MLB highlights. Well, there were other sports that went on yesterday and over the weekend. But don't worry, we'll have Matt Rhule conversation when we return. Back after this on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. Couldn't help but notice, Josh, that the name of the show today, now I don't know if the writers do this or if somebody else is responsible. Title of the show today on our streaming platforms, Matt Rhule holding Nebraska hostage, ? Could you clickbait anymore?
Well, old man William came down to my office this morning and he said, "Not sensational enough."
I hate old man William.
He's
like, I imagine him as an old prospector. You know that bit on SNL where they have the old prospector? Will Ferrell's the old prospector.
I'm familiar.
That's great. That's a great bit. That's Bill.
And he said,
I call him Bill.
I was going to call the title like Connor was wrong again or something like that, because we're going to talk about that later, how you were wrong again. And they were like, no, don't make it about Connor. You got to make it about Matt Rhule. People want those clicks.
Why do people listen to the show? Is it for me or for Matt Rhule?
Probably Matt Rhule.
Probably Matt Rhule.
If we're being honest.
Yeah, almost for sure Matt Rhule.
They like your opinions, but your opinions on Matt Rhule.
They like that I give opinions.
Yes.
They might not like my opinions.
Sure.
I got a comment on our Locked On podcast yesterday.
Very good podcast.
That said, I was reading. I shouldn't have done this, but I did. One of the comments was, Connor is a disease.
Whoa.
And then there was another person that followed up and said, no different than anything else, CH's takes are usually wild speculation with very little backup.
I think that's
Poll question, am I a disease?
Over the course of the last almost 5 years now, I think, yeah, you just get out there in front of a microphone and you just say whatever crops up into your head.
That's what I do. That's what I do. So here's your backup. Here's Matt Rhule yesterday. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Permanently ready.
We're super back on videos.
Yeah. My brain is working now.
Matt Rhule, he was asked yesterday about Penn State. He said, I love Penn State. It's my alma mater. I love Pat Kraft. I love Nebraska. I love all the things we expected him to say. And then
I love love.
I love love. I love lamp. And then was given an opportunity to, Sam basically asked him, hey, well, where are some of the areas that you'd like to get better in that aren't in your control? Basically, what are things that can be done around here to make Nebraska a more enticing place to be for a coach, whether it's you or anybody else, but it's you in this case, that aren't in your control. And here is what Matt Rhule said to that yesterday.
I think really now when you talk about football, we have the best facilities, we have the staff. There's really not many things yet. I mean, what Trev started and Troy has been elite. I mean, Troy's, like I said, he's a thought leader. He's a difference maker, and the investment from everybody. The thing I've always said is, like, we have to be unabashed. We can't always worry about the optics of everything. Like, it's a really hard time in higher education. There's cuts, there's all these different things, but we're athletics here is a separate entity. Like, we're not taking money from the university. And so the schools that invest, Dan Lanning had a great quote. I mean, when Oklahoma State, he said, we're investing to win. And that's just players, right? And so, there's, in a world of like $30 and $40 million rosters, which isn't going away, I'd like us to do the same thing. And there's sort of like hey, that's not really the Nebraska way. And I'd like it to be. I'd like to invest. I'd like to be at the front of everything.
It's such a great line.
He nailed it.
It's such a great line. There is like this if you lived here for probably any portion of time, but certainly your entire life, like most of the people who are listening to this show have, you know how it is. Maybe you subconsciously don't really, because it's just like the way of life around here, but it's not a place where, there is money, right? There that exists, especially here in Omaha. And we don't like, I'm speaking in very, very broad generalities. We don't like to flaunt it. With our money, we don't like to tell people how much money we have. Right? So we don't buy we don't buy fancy cars and fancy houses just to show people
$40 t-shirts.
Just to show people that we have fancy cars and fancy houses. We like to put our money to work and or reinvest it or whatever it might be, but quietly. Once again, this is a very, very broad generality. Not everybody's the same. And Matt Rhule is looking around at these other programs around the country, and I think he's looking at a couple. Specifically, he mentioned Dan Lanning at Oregon. Oregon has a endless money waterfall from Nike, and they are not afraid to tell people, look, we have an endless money waterfall, and we're connected to one of the biggest brands on planet Earth, biggest clothing apparel brands on planet Earth. And it's centrally focused here. And we get that money infused back into our program because we are an offshoot of that. And he's looking at Texas Tech, and he's saying, my dear close friend, Joey McGuire, is in charge of a program that not only gets the money from oil tycoon Cody Campbell, who has opinions on things.
Spending that money.
Who has opinions on things. But they are now not afraid to say, yeah,
we got money.
You go ahead and report that our tackles make it $3.1 million. You fire away.
Tell everyone.
It only helps us in the long run. Our tackle is making $3 million. Is he playing? I don't care. Our tackle is making $3 million. You could come here and you can make $3 million. And when you can make $3 million, you're going to, that place immediately kind of goes to the top of the list. And then they win, right? Like Texas Tech, immediately became a college football. I mean, they're not just a college football playoff contender at this point with the way that the way that football is going around the country right now. They might be a national championship contender now because of what they did to their roster and the money that they got infused into.
I don't know if I want to go live in Lubbock. That's what the money's for.
That's what the money's for. And so they're looking for, Rhule is looking for a couple things. He's looking for his that's a call to action, right? He is telling people, look, man, in order to be one of these places, you need to do this, but you need to embrace it. People will say over and over again that Nebraska's NIL situation is in great shape. It is. Nebraska's NIL situation is in great shape for the place that it sits currently in college football. Nebraska as an athletic department will never want for anything. The Nebraska as, they usually get what they want. If they go to donors and say, hey, we're in this battle right now. Can you give us a little kickback? Right. And we just feel like we need a little bit more to get over the top. And Rhule is saying, look at how all these other programs operate. They are not afraid to say that we have these things and this place is cool. You hear Rhule say all the time, like, let's be positive about this place. He even said it yesterday. I just want us to be positive about this place. He's talking to the media, which doesn't have really a responsibility in that, but he's really talking to the state. He's really talking to the players, and he's trying to make Nebraska cool. And that's a core thing of what he's doing, which, by the way, just as an offshoot, I also think that's kind of what makes him an interesting candidate at Penn State. But anyway,
think he could make Penn State cool.
That's kind of what they need.
Yes, absolutely.
It's kind of what they need. But
it's not Pittsburgh. It's not Philly.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania, they call it Pennsyltucky.
That's a conversation for down the road. So, he is absolutely, as people will say this all the time, you probably get sick of hearing it, but he's 100% playing 3D chess. He knows exactly what he's saying. And now he comes into a position where he might have a little bit of leverage. I don't believe this to be a situation where if he doesn't get what he wants, if he doesn't get this investment and this philosophy change from the people around the program who give money to the program, he'll leave. I don't believe this is an ultimatum. I do not. Because I think if he doesn't get that, there's still a great likelihood that he stays. It's not a black and white situation for me. But he's using his leverage to say, I think this is something that I want, and this is something that we could be around here. And then the people who are in charge of the money have to say, okay, if we do this, if we're all the way in, then we gotta be all the way in. We're in on him, specifically him. Because the next coach that comes around, if he at whatever point leaves, and is going to find eventually the same thing. You know, that next coach is going to see this place, and they're going to win. They're going to win enough games, and they're going to say, "I want to go to the next level." And I feel like my way to stay here long term and be here forever is if we go to the next level, and we can't get that unless this happens, right? So it's going to happen. The next coach will find the same thing if it doesn't happen right now. And so the people in charge have to decide, all right, can we do this? Can we? Do we physically have the means to do this? Which I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And do we want to do this? And then, should we, right? Like, what does it actually look like? And Rhule specifically mentioned the stadium yesterday. And Dannon, when he came out a couple months ago and said, hey, look, this project is on hold, he literally said the word optics, literally said the word optics. He said, this is not a good time to do it because the university is at a $30 million budget shortfall. They're firing people. They're cutting programs. And it's just not a good time. And we don't want to hear about all the crap that we get from other people outstate. And they say, how in the world do you all have gold-plated toilets and we're cutting educational programs? And Matt Rhule is trying to convince people, number one, that those two don't.
It's not the same pool of money.
Those two do not interact with each other.
If you nerds in the library are too smart or too stupid to understand that,
but
sorry.
But they have to hear it. But they have to hear it. They do hear it. The people like Dannon and then chancellors and presidents, and board of regents, they hear it.
You want to know the quickest way to get your new books in the library, your new microscopes in the chem lab?
Get more people to go to school.
How do you get more people to go to school? You win football games.
You're right. And we are this is not uncommon in education.
Sure.
Right? Like education people are like, we want education to be education, right?
This is a school. It's not a football academy.
If you're looking at it from a big picture perspective, you're 100% right, Josh. You win football games and you do it at a high level and you're nationally known and all that stuff, it attracts more people to go to your school. And then the university benefits from that in more ways than one, certainly monetarily, right? But also from a brand standpoint and all those other things. So not only the rising tide raises all ships in that situation.
You got a governor who the governor is always going to be pro University of Nebraska, but this governor in particular is going to be like, yeah, you should absolutely give some money to the football program. Look at all the great things it did for me. It could do great things for you too.
And I don't think, Rhule is like this used to be in this situation. Leverage was like, okay, can I get a bigger contract out of this? Like, it's not that simple. It's not that simple anymore. The new version of that is, can I get more money infused into the program in general, right? For my roster. It's for your roster, right? We want a $40 million roster. And I also think he's trying to he's standing up for the people inside the football program and inside the athletic department as well for them to have, competitive salaries and things like that too. So 100% he's right. It has always been about optics, and he doesn't want it to be that way anymore. And it's just such an interesting like inflection point in time that we have now come upon. And really, like, I don't know if I made this clear enough yesterday. I don't think that Matt Rhule is going to leave. I don't. I am interested in the dynamics. I think it is possible. And I think, as John said yesterday afternoon, like, mama comes calling, then you have to evaluate that situation when it happens. but they haven't even started their search yet, right? So I think right now this is an internal conversation, which is fascinating. It's such an interesting point to be bringing up right now. And then the smaller point is, of course, Rhule and his future, which I want to be clear again. I don't think he is using this as an ultimatum. I think he's just using it for leverage. Do we understand the difference? He's using
we don't understand nuance.
He's using this as a platform to say the things that he wants to say about how things operate around here. And I got to tell you what, if there was ever a guy to get behind, the all-encompassing, the all-everything CEO of the program, as long as he gets the football right, this would be the right guy.
Seems like a guy you can put your arms around, right? Seems like a guy you can, even if you're not like rah-rah football guy, you can be like, well, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. It's what an interesting, I mean, that was what, 25 seconds tops?
Yeah.
Right there. Like money. Like that was it from the press conference yesterday.
Influx more money into this program. I can get more money later.
Now, then the question is okay, Matt Rhule, you want more money. Where do we get it from? Where does it come from? And then that's where people are looking for Warren Buffett's phone number.
Pretty simple. Just give him a call. Call him right up.
Warren, I don't think Warren is going to save it. I don't. Because he never has, and he's 100.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll have a change of heart here.
Doesn't seem that way, no.
Yeah.
They know he exists.
They do.
They know
they do.
He's from Nebraska.
So the question is like, is there enough money, resources, whatever it might be, out there? Does Nebraska have the waterfall that Oregon has? Does that exist? Can you identify it, and can you go get it? And how does it work for you? That's what Omaha has always been a tricky, puzzle, I think, to solve. Like, how do we get the money? And I could very easily see this being a I'm not talking about Warren, for the record. I could see this being a very, if they win enough and people decide that he's the guy that they want to get behind, I could see this being a very uplifting, like a come together moment, and it's all behind that common idea. Right. But it's difficult because what he's asking for is a mentality change. That's hard. That's hard. But boy, is he's got some real, presidential, the way we used to think about that word, to him, right? Like we got to get behind this guy, and I want to, it's one person by one person, and we got to think about this a little bit differently. It's fast, but he is absolutely the right guy to be the face of that quote unquote movement. He's much more important than any elected official, right? That is just, that is the role that he has taken on at this moment. He's the face of that. Anything in the comments?
That's kind of what I was looking for. I was sifting
away, Josh.
Sifting through this. All the national pundits talking about this as stars in my eyes.
Well, yeah, people keep writing articles about who's going to be the head coach where, and I just felt like, honestly, it was the biggest thing out of yesterday, just because circumstantial, right? Functionally, of course, you're going to ask him, but it is now not the top story. The top story is this.
Yeah.
And then how it affects that. If it does at all.
I mean, if anyone,
Your top story tonight.
if anyone,
Matt Rhule wants money.
Film at 11.
What's the guy's name on ABC? I'm David Muir. David Muir I'm always very serious.
Live in Lincoln, I'm wearing one of those army helmets and a vest.
Something
I don't think that's necessary, David.
Hi, everybody. I'm David Muir. Something horrible has happened tonight.
Thank you, David Muir.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it. All right. So
if anyone can talk these people into
Holy
farting
smokes.
with their money, isn't it Matt Rhule? Like,
holy smokes.
Regardless of whether you think he's a snake oil salesman or a genuinely good guy, I would think, hey, just get Matt Rhule in a room and have him start talking to people. And I think you'll have more money than you did at the start of the whatever event you're holding.
Yep. I think so too. From the 402, Connor,
402.
I think Nebraska needs Gus Johnson to go around asking donors for money.
And what would that sound like?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Jeff writes in,
Jeff.
but I've been told college makes you a lib.
I have heard that. Gonna be awkward if the governor's running around asking people for money. I know I told you this institution was horrible and is crumbling society, but they could use some more money. I'd like you to be the person to give it to them.
Allan Bell is coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Allan Bell, the AB3 on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
I think very fitting after a 20-minute conversation about money that Allan Bell's open plays and it says, here comes the money. Maybe we could all make enough gambling jelly beans and donate it all to Matt Rhule's football team. That sounds like a great plan. Allan Bell joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. AB, what's up?
What's up, big dog? Look, I'm in for this, all right? If we're going to donate, all right, to the Matt Rhule Nebraska NIL fund, I'm in. Let's go.
Okay, let me ask you this from an outsider's perspective. If you're Matt Rhule and Penn State is courting you, we don't know that, by the way, but if you're Matt Rhule and Penn State is courting you, what do you do?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what you do. You listen, all right? You get the raise at Nebraska that you're going to get, all right, and you stay put because you're building something nice. And don't start over. Penn State's a great job. I am not saying it is. It is one of the premier jobs. But, buddy, you're at a premier job. And if you could be the one to bring this back, my man, there is glory at the end for hundreds and thousands of fans. Stay put, man. Get your raise. You've earned it. But stay put. Don't go.
It's certainly looking promising at the moment. You know what I haven't checked in a while? I haven't checked the college football playoff like odds, and I guess I can't find it right now. There's going to be an increasing conversation. Let's see. Oh, that's for national championship. There's going to be an increasing conversation the more Nebraska continues to win. Who knows? It could all come to a halt on Friday against Minnesota or against Northwestern next week. They're going to be in all these close games. But, don't be surprised, Allan, if you look up one day and Nebraska's like 7 or 8-1 and you're like, what? Where did that come from?
I like it, and that's why I say, look, man, that Penn State job is a great job. But you know what else? That Alabama job seemed great to Kalen DeBoer, and they're winning games. But, buddy, the grass ain't always greener. You know what I mean? Get your raise, pay them up, but stay put. Because this Nebraska thing's for real, man.
I think we asked you about, as we go into the NFL with Allan Bell driving the line now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. I think we asked you about the Eagles last week, and we had this preemptive, are they good? And then they go out on Thursday night. We forgot about this after a long weekend of football where so many different things happened. But the Eagles got smacked around by the Giants on Thursday night, and I don't know that people are talking about it enough. What do we do with Philly right now, who has just not looked right for a few weeks?
They haven't, man. And I'll tell you this. Look, Philly, there's a difference between, bipolar teams and teams that are complex that are trying to figure things out. Like the Florida Gators are a bipolar team. I don't know what you're going to get with Florida. But the Eagles, they're a complex beast, man. They're going to figure this thing out. But it might be a little odd in the meantime because it's like they're like a souped up Lamborghini. They could do everything, but they kind of can't do everything. You know what I mean? Their pass game is not existent. I don't know. And then the other side, dude, did I become a Giants fan? This Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo thing is kind of awesome. Are you guys in on this? They're fun, man.
100%. It's intoxicating. I don't know if they're any good or not, but they are a joy to watch.
Yeah, it's much more of a joy than what's going on in Nashville right now. I'll tell you that.
Perfect lead in. I was just going to ask you about that. What happens next for the Tennessee Titans after they fired Brian Callahan?
Yeah, well, you got San Diego Chargers legend, and I said that correctly, San Diego Chargers legend, Mike McCoy, all right, at the helm. So feel good there, Titans fans. Look, I don't know what's going to happen, dude. There's no telling. And let me say this, with the owner, Amy Adams Strunk, there is no telling who they go after. Remember this, and I'm telling you, it sounds crazy. James Franklin is known in Nashville, all right? She's crazy enough to go after that. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm telling you, I have no idea what the Titans will do. There's no telling, man.
Meanwhile, you also have to decide if Cam Ward is really it or not. And I would imagine it's a very difficult evaluation process while they're toiling around basically the toilet for the rest of this year. What, like, I mean, what can you actually answer about yourself when this season is basically completely thrown away already?
Yeah, and that's the reason why Callahan is gone, is because they were going to give him the year and just say, all right, look, if we can just get a read on the kid, fine, that's all that we need. But couldn't even get that. Like, they weren't even scoring points. Like, I have no idea what to expect from this team because we legitimately got nothing. We got that Cardinals win, which was insane. Other than that, I mean, this team really, like, they are legitimately starting over at zero. As weird as that sounds, you're going to see that in real time.
Yeah, and maybe it's time. You know, maybe there's some good that comes out of it because you get to just level the floor and say, all right, let's build literally block by block here. It might take some time, but at least you know that you're in the rebuild now, or maybe you knew it at the beginning of this year anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you know it. And again, it's just setting the table for, okay, who can come in? And it's going to be another offensive coach, right? Like, it's going to be that style. So we'll see. But yeah, you just start over, man.
Who is the best team in the NFC North?
Oh my God. Who's the best team in the NFL? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe actually I would put my flag up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at this point because I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers lover.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. And like, dude, Baker is everything that we wanted him to be and more. Like, he's awesome. The team is awesome. In the NFC North, man, I guess the Green Bay Packers, right? Like, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, this thing's going to go all year long, and they're going to beat up on each other too. But I guess I'd say the Packers. Like, what do you think? Where would you put it? Right?
I would probably lean Lions. Just because we haven't quite seen it yet for the Packers. They've been beat up and all that different stuff, and the Lions have more to go off of. And you know, they didn't look like themselves on Sunday night, obviously, and of course they have lost to the Packers already this year. So you have that in your category as well. But I guess just on the aggregate, I would go with Detroit at this point because of, you know, we've sort of seen it more, I suppose. But you're right. I mean, it's those two teams. And the other thing I wanted to mention with that division, Allan, is that the other two are not bad. Like, the Bears aren't walkovers anymore. You know, like, I don't know. This is going to be a very interesting run down the stretch with that division.
Oh, dude, all four teams are liable. Like, that's what makes it great, man. You're right. Like, and this season, I've got a feeling that this NFL season, like, even what we saw last night with the games, it's going to take all 18 weeks to decide these series, man. But you're right. All four are live in the NFC North for sure.
I think so too. The other, I guess there's maybe a couple more divisions that we could hit on here. Do the Patriots have a real chance to overtake the Bills, given what we've now most recently seen from the Bills, which is nothing much last night against Atlanta, and the Patriots apparently finding their guy here in Drake May? They're both 4-2 with a plus 30 point differential. They're the same team from a resume standpoint at this point. What do we think about New England's resurgence here? And by the way, New England has a 3-point win over the Bills.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I mean, that's the one team, man, is like Mike Vrabel, even when he was with Tennessee. You remember those COVID games, the Tuesday weird games that we had when Vrabel was the coach here in Nashville? And he would just beat up on the Bills. I swear, he just owns them. I don't know what it is. It's the weirdest thing. So, yeah, they're absolutely live. By the way, do we have the Patriots and the Titans this week?
Josh, yes. Josh is giving me the thumbs up. Yes, we do.
Oh, Vrabel's coming back to Nashville after a coach just got fired. Ugh, he might wear it in. Let me just say that.
Ooh.
He might wear it in this week.
Yikes. AFC North. Okay, so Baltimore has officially died. You just have to keep them out at this point. Cincinnati was able to put it together a little bit with Flacco. They might be hanging around, but all of a sudden Pittsburgh has like a 2.5 game lead in that division, and I know nothing about them. I don't even know if they're half decent at this point. But is it possible that they like run away with that division, or is there still something to be said for the other three teams who are kind of in a tough spot right now?
Dude, the Steelers are a lighthouse in a postcard. They're just there. Like, it's just there. You know what I mean? Like, they don't do anything exceptional. They don't do anything terrible. Like, they're just, your standard, let's create a team on Madden. But now that division's open. And the weird thing, too, is that it might be the Bengals and the Browns against each other, battling against the Steelers, right? Like with Joe Flacco in the middle of all this. It's absolutely crazy, but I don't know, man. Like, and what would you do if you're a Steelers fan? Like, where do you sit on Mike Tomlin? Good or bad? Like, feel like you're just kind of there,
You just, I guess you just keep on going. I mean,
yeah,
it's not,
I guess so.
it's not like it's going poorly. I mean, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. They have a couple good wins this year, and then you go from there. We do have Steelers Bengals on Thursday night this week, by the way, which could be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Joe Flacco on a short week. Yeah, man, it'll be fun for sure.
All right, AB. We will let you go. Enjoy that return trip by Vrabel this weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, look forward to it, boys. Y'all be good. Thank you.
Allan Bell driving the line. Great stuff from him. He's putting out a podcast for picks every single day.
Every
day on YouTube. The writers have prepared more questions for us. There is a Bengals question. I feel like we end up talking about the Bengals quite a bit. And it is time later on during NFL Reaction, Overreaction. We must discuss which will certainly be Josh's number one worst team in the NFL. Sorry, spoiler alert. The New York Jets.
How'd you know?
Just a random guess. Because Travis Broncos honk.
Hi, Travis.
He goes, want to know my two favorite stats right now. The Broncos lead the league in sacks and have 10 more sacks than the next closest team. Well, our dear friend Justin Fields was a victim of that on early Sunday morning. Oh, my God.
That's a long flight to get your ass kicked. Like, not just, they lost the game. No, like to physically get your ass kicked.
But the Jets did have that one moment where Aaron Glenn danced down the sideline. That was pretty cool.
That was fun. Remember when he was high stepping it down the sideline? That was a fun afternoon.
Guys got moves. All right, we'll be back. Josh has the odd news when we return on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter @Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even say something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys?
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Onson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
This week's zone deal, half off, is to Backlot Sports Plus Bar, located inside ACX Cinema 12 Plus in Elkhorn, your new favorite hangout. Best big games, big screens, best food. Come see what the hype is all about at Backlot Sports Plus Bar. Detroit-style pizza. Of course, we've been out there. It's a lovely place. So you're going to want this half-off deal. Also, you can listen to Gary and Matt this week for your chance to win gift vouchers. Half off Friday at 9. You're going to want to be on it. 1620thezone.com. Josh, time for the odd news.
Well, Texas A&M defeated Florida 34-17 over the weekend.
Yes.
Maybe we need to talk more as a society about the fourth-ranked Aggies and their underpaid head coach, Mike Elko.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. But that's not the point of today's story. No. Today's story centers around the ridiculousness at was that Kyle Field over there on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
We go to at TAMU Police on Twitter. It's basically Omaha Scanner, but just
sure. I've seen this account before.
Yes.
That one in the Iowa game day account. Those guys rock hard.
We had about 6 of these similar stories. 4:53 p.m. MIP subject holding twisted tea, saw officer and ran into a tent, stated she was holding it for a friend. Citation issued.
What do they call those, Josh? Tweez.
Yes, that's right. They do.
The tweez.
9:07 p.m. Public intoxication, Kyle Field Plaza. Subject stumbling through plaza. When asked for ID, she handed officer a credit card. Released to sober mother. And the reason we're here today, 7:14 p.m. Public intoxication, Aggie Park. Contacted subject eating a sandwich with a water jug of whiskey. BAC was .337. Released to EMS.
Yeah, released to immediate hospital.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Now.
Don't be that drunk.
No, there's no reason to be.
No.
Now, this tweet has gone viral over the weekend. Many reporters in the area have followed up and said, well, is this child okay? Is this person okay?
Yes. Are they alive?
They are alive. They are well. Matt Brown has reported on what kind of sandwich it was.
That is what I wanted to know. Thank you, Matt Brown. Extra points, Matt Brown?
Yes.
Thank you.
Pimento cheese.
Ugh. What?
You're carrying around a water jug of whiskey. Your blood alcohol level is .337.
Where did he find that?
Pimento cheese sandwich.
God, how did he not puke? He must have puked.
I'm going to guess the EMTs made him.
Oh, my goodness. 337 with a pimento cheese and a jug of whiskey.
Kenneth in the YouTube chat. Buddy was celebrating Denzel weekend like a champ.
He really was.
I'm drunk now.
October 11th, October 12th, October 13th, and October 14th.
October 11th.
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th, I was intoxicated. I drank all of those days. I drank in excess.
On the morning of the accident.
I was drunk. I'm drunk now.
Thank you. That's that kid said.
What a great scene. Because the lady asked him questions.
What a movie.
There's a pain in her eyes. Like, no, I don't
want to do this to you.
I don't want you to.
Yeah.
You were a hero that day. I don't want to have to. Great movie. Watch Flight. God, everybody.
Denzel.
We go to I don't know where this is taking place. Atlantis, it says. Oh, Tampa area strip club. A former strip club employee has been arrested for a drive-by shooting outside the Florida establishment, Atlantis in Tampa. Investigators allege that Jordan Cotto, 26 years young, showed up Friday night at Atlantis, got into a verbal argument with someone, and during which he grabbed a cheeseburger from his vehicle and threw it at the victim, striking a male in the shoulder, causing him bodily harm. I don't think that's possible, but
boy got smoked by a hamburger.
The man, however, was not seriously injured by the beef cheese projectile. Questioned by police, Cotto reportedly confessed to the crime and showed no remorse for the. Yeah, if I throw a cheeseburger at someone, I'm not showing remorse for it. But
no, I meant it. I meant to throw the cheeseburger.
I threw the cheeseburger. The defendant stated he did throw a cheeseburger from his vehicle and said he would do it again.
And I'd do it again. Throw the cheeseburger again.
No weapon was seized, according to a police report.
It's just a cheeseburger.
That's right.
It can't be a weapon.
Yeah. And finally, come with me on this journey because it's going to get real hairy and you're going to wonder why we're laughing at this.
Harry?
Yeah.
Harry? I took care of it.
According to investigators, Elijah Reagan, 40 years young, set fire Sunday night to his Pullman, Washington apartment by using a mortar to shoot a firework into the ceiling. The resulting blaze damaged 8 apartments and resulted in the evacuation of dozens of residents. As detailed in court reports, Reagan's estranged wife told the cops, I heard him say, I bombed my apartment and bad people were after me. Reagan, who was smoking meth at the time,
there it is,
led police on a high-speed chase before his 2012 Kia Sedona was disabled by a spike strip. Reagan had weapons and more fireworks in the back of his vehicle. An armed standoff followed, with police seeking to arrange Reagan's surrender. His demand, a meal from Dairy Queen. The cops purchased a Blizzard and a hamburger from Dairy Queen, brought the food to the scene, and Reagan gave himself up.
We could have got more out of that.
Yeah.
Although, it's a good call. Like, people do, like, you need to bring me a briefcase full of $1 million right now. Like,
I need a million photos of naked photos of B. Arthur.
But you're never going to get to keep that $1 million.
I need a chopper, fueled, ready to go.
Yeah, they're not going to bring you that, at that point. So maybe it is the right call to just get something that is immediately satisfactory before you get taken off the jail.
I'm going to go to jail and not be able to get Dairy Queen in a long time.
Yeah.
I better get a Blizzard.
Yeah. That's good. Maybe I get an Italian ice. And then Nick would say, shaved ice. Make your own shaved ice.
I need Nebraska to start spending money. Or 4 more apartment complexes are going up in flames.
Wow. Sounds like a threat, Josh.
No, not a threat.
I would have them bring me in. This is a good thing to note, just in case I ever get almost like, in case they're trying to apprehend me, but I have the upper hand and they can't do it. And I'm be like, 1 second. Italian ice. That's it. And then you can take me. You know how quickly they'll be on that Italian ice?
Oh, yeah. Small price to pay.
Of course they'll do it.
Absolutely.
I
need a McDonald's Diet Coke.
If I was a cop and I had to pay 50 cents to more easily arrest Connor Happer, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a cup of Italian ice. Yeah. Delicious. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is it for the odd news. The noon hour is coming up. We'll still hear more from Matt Rhule. Also, I have some things I need to admit, of course.
Yeah.
As well. Also, NFL reaction, overreaction. Plenty to come on 1620 The Zone.
He has the latest sports news, expert analysis, award-winning commentary, and a pocket full of cabbage.
Can you give us an indication why?
Just in case there's a sauerkraut emergency.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you on a Tuesday edition of the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Remember, Nebraska plays on Friday this week. Who will get the esteemed pleasure of hosting Big Red Overreaction on Friday night?
It will be Josh Peterson
and
Matt McMaster.
I knew you were going to say that. What a great tandem. Oh, yes, I heard that Josh was buying Popeyes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Pro move.
Because Matt has started this precedent now where he buys everyone food.
He's a very friendly guy.
He is. He's very nice.
He doesn't have to buy our friendship.
No.
We like him.
Yeah, we like him. But I'm cool if he buys me a Jimmy John's.
Absolutely.
And I don't think he's under any sort of, guys that I'm going to buy him any food. But, Josh is probably a better person than I am. So he's going to get him some Popeyes.
Poll question.
Which is nice. So you're going to have a bunch of fat lards in here.
I don't know if
sitting in fry oil for 3 hours and then doing a show.
Do I reach out to Josh Peterson? Because I'll be here at that time.
Bring enough food for Josh Hodson.
I'll have the.
Why will you be here?
I'm on the board for high school football this week.
What?
Many people are getting married this weekend, Connor. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah,
and
I do know this.
Our esteemed part-timers who work very hard, very odd hours are just not available.
Hey, I'm not.
I'm here. I'm here to fill in. I'm not one of these bosses that doesn't like to get his hands dirty. I'll roll my sleeves up.
Thank you, Josh. You seem very willing to do so. So I appreciate you always stepping in. So, you do so without a complaint and not even really a wink to the fact that you have to do this. So nice job.
Look, the Reavers are not out of town for 1 week this week.
And this is how you're spending your Friday night.
This is how I'm spending it, Connor.
Awesome. I will not be in this state or region.
Are you going up to Minnesota?
I'm going to miss a lot this weekend. I'm going to miss the game. I'm going to miss the Creighton game. Very, very sad. I'm going to get a bunch of tweets on Friday night. He's like, "Where are you?" And I'm going to have to say, "I got fired."
220 boys are going to be like,
the 220 boys
Connor?
are gonna, just so 220 boys know right now, I will not be there on Friday. I will be there next Saturday and for every game the rest of the season. But I'll miss the exhibition game against Iowa State.
Sad.
It is sad, Josh.
Also, why is that Colorado State game on Jay's Vision?
Because no TV network is going to pick up a Colorado State exhibition game.
Nebraska Public Media picked up the Iowa State one.
They're probably doing Husker volleyball or something.
Sure.
Right.
I get it.
Jay's Vision. Who's calling? I know
you're going to have to listen to it on 1620 The Zone or 1019 The Keg.
Well, our ESPN Plus, I'm pretty sure.
It was not listed on their website.
Okay. Well, I don't know what Jay's Vision is then. I think I work for them, but I don't know what that is. Excellent. Maybe it'll be on YouTube, Josh.
Ooh. Everything else is, including us right now.
We're on YouTube right now, Josh. So anyway, it'll be a great, great weekend. Many, many things to talk about. Speaking of we were just talking about it's Denzel Washington time, October 11th, October 12th, October 13th, October 14th. Today is the final day of Denzel weekend. So congratulations to you all who have made it through October 14th. I drank in excess.
Tell us how you're spending it.
All right. So I got something based on that quickly here. Here is Matt Rhule at the press conference yesterday on what do you tell your team? What did you say to those guys?
I'm their coach and I love them and we're rolling. That's it. I'm the most with them. I'm going to be as honest as possible. So, with everything, I'm their coach. Let's rock.
So I like the end there. I like the dispatch. I'm their coach. Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Sounded like something he had said a million times before.
But hold on. This part right here.
That's it. I'm the most with them. I'm going to be as honest as I'm their coach and I love them and we're rolling.
We're rolling. I was like, God, that sounds sort of familiar. That's weird.
Red
Wait, sir, what are we doing? Why would I trim down?
We're gonna roll it, okay?
What do you mean, roll it?
Okay, here we go.
We're gonna roll. And it's another Denzel Washington flight mention on this show. You're welcome, everybody.
Hey,
We're gonna roll it. Every time I hear somebody say the word roll, I can't stop thinking about Denzel Washington saying to his co-pilot, "We're gonna roll it." That's how much effect that movie has on me, Josh.
I'm never going to fight you when you're making movie references, especially when they involve our greatest actor.
Do you think I'm
Denzel Washington.
do you think I'm doing too much? Do you think it's a stretch?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, that specific one, yes. I mean, he just simply said the word roll.
But it reminded me because it was Denzel Washington weekend.
Yeah, You're very.
Today's the final day. It's October 14th. It should be celebrated.
You're flight pilled.
October 11th, October 12th, October 13th, and October 14th. I drank in excess. So, thank you, Matt Rhule, for giving me another excuse to play another clip from Flight.
Yeah.
On this show.
It's not one of those movies that it's not like, remember when we all quoted Anchorman into oblivion?
No, but I want it to be.
Nobody talks about Anchorman anymore because
I had drops from Anchorman on my iPod as songs.
Right.
That's how much that was a big deal. So, and iPods were a thing back during that time.
Hell yeah.
God, that was great. Remember iPods?
I do.
Poll question.
Okay.
Remember iPods?
I think this is going to come back pretty heavy in the yes, but
Let's see what we could do. Let's see what our troll rate here is. So Matt Rhule talked a lot about his, the Penn State stuff yesterday, and whatever. We'll see what happens. And by the way, he was talking about the team. He was asked about the team. I'm sure that he told the team, "Hey, look, I'm not going anywhere. I'm their coach. I'm your coach. Let's rock. We're rolling." I'm sure that's what he said, basically, in more motivating terms than that to his team. I don't think that tells you definitively on what he's doing, for the record.
Okay, sure.
Because I don't think he knows. I don't think anybody knows yet. Like I said, I wouldn't anticipate him leaving at this point in time, but like I said, you never know. So there was all that stuff yesterday, and we picked it all apart like the Zapruder film, of course. But I thought there was some good football stuff. And also an admission on a thing that he had always been pretty, I don't know about. I thought this was a great quote. And here is Matt Rhule. He was asked to sort of, I don't remember the question exactly from Mitch, but it was sort of along the lines of like, hey, how far have you come in the mental hurdle category? It's the thing, one of the many things, but the main thing maybe that's been holding Nebraska back as a program over the last several years. They just haven't been able to get over the hump in these close games. And boy, have they been in a lot of them. And now the last two they have, and especially with the fourth quarter drive to go down and win it. So it's sort of Matt Rhule taking stock of where they've been and where they're going. And here's what he said yesterday.
I kind of assume, like, when you're a losing team, it's really hard to become a winning team. I see coaches, and we say, and they're great coaches, don't get me wrong, but like, you take over a winning program and you win. Oh, wow. Try doing what we do. Go somewhere and take over a program that's losing and teach it how to win. It's really, really, really hard. And so, but to your point, Mitch, I don't know that I understand, even the late game dynamics. Like, I don't know that I was prepared for all that till I got there and saw it. And even, you go the next week, we went to Colorado, and it's like a 7-0 game in the second quarter, and all of a sudden just falls apart on us. I'm just like, man, we're gonna have to do brain surgery. And so, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like last week's game was one of the most fun games I've ever been a part of, because not when we were losing. I'm saying, like, we couldn't get things going, but because of the way the team just kept coming together and kept attacking it, and we were nowhere near that 2 years ago. So, but I don't know that I appreciated kind of how much would have to happen until I got here, and I certainly didn't appreciate the how covered we are, right? Like, I look at other teams. I watch press conferences all day Monday. I watch other teams' press conferences. I said this to some of you guys yesterday. A, I think I'm way more respectful to you guys than some of the head coaches out there. I can't believe some of the things that are said. But B, they don't get asked hard questions and we get covered a lot, like it's on the radio or this, and so like just the magnitude of what this is for our guys, and so it's been me adjusting to it, and I've adjusted this year a little bit more, like to embrace it, not try to protect them as much. Be like, hey, this is what it is. Got to go play harder, play better. So I've come a long way in 3 years.
Shout out to the radio, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Not often that you hear somebody talk about all the ways in which the college football team that he coaches is getting covered, and the only thing he mentioned is the radio. Nice job, Matt Rhule. I respect that.
I'm at.
So he also mentioned yesterday that he has been shown some of the tweets that like the media does. I can't remember. I can't be sure if he was talking about like during the game. He was like, yeah, they show me some of the tweets that you guys do, like mocking me. Like,
oh yeah.
Do you remember that line?
I do remember that now that you mentioned that.
I'm like, oh, I wonder if Matt Rhule's ever seen some of my tweets mocking him. I don't mock him that much.
Somewhat, I would think he said it was like, yeah, somewhat sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like
he's like, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, he's always playing a game of 3D chess. But he is has he successfully performed brain surgery? Not that it's over and Nebraska isn't capable of losing a close game ever again, and it's just going to completely flip one way or the other, but it does seem to me like it's a program that feels good about itself right now. Is confident and comfortable in late game situations.
They've done it a few times,
and of course has the tools to be able to make those plays in late game situations. And I think the part at the end was important too. Him talking about, I've had to sort of adjust how the words I say and my messages to this team compared to the last two. And paraphrasing here, but like basically what he's saying is, I think the team can handle it. He thinks that they can handle it. And so he's always putting himself in these, he's putting himself and he's putting his team through these different things. It's almost like he's some sort of like evil scientist or something like that. It's just like, let's just test this out and see what happens. And so when you actually have the real life scenario of being in a close game, making the plays to win it and doing it and pulling it out on the road in a game where you were rolling around in the slot for a couple hours, like that has got to be just the best feeling, because it's all of the challenges that he's put the team through over the last couple of years that kind of come to fruition just for that moment. And I said this earlier, not to do the whole Penn State thing all the time, but like I do think that makes him a fascinating candidate at Penn State.
They could use some brain surgery up there.
I think so too. I think so too. Like, I think it's so funny that we always do when we do hot boards and
wheels
and whatever it might be. We go off of the stuff that is super easily visible to the naked eye, which is wins, playoff wins, national championships, wins against top 25 opponents. Like, the truth of the matter is, and I said this all the time in coaching searches, if you get the right guy at the right time, anybody could work. You could pick a guy from, there's some great coaches who are at the Division II level or the JUCO level, as you can attest to, Josh.
That's right.
Who could probably go to Penn State right now with all the resources and all the things that they have, and it be more successful than the last coach, or a lot, like whatever it might be. So there's a lot of that. And so I think, athletic directors, and this is going back to the optics thing, athletic directors nowadays hopefully are aware of that, and they're not hiring based off of what they can hire, meaning what the fan base will allow them to hire. Now, it's great to have a candidate that just checks all those boxes and the fan base loves them and they're like, this is a home run, grand slam, knock it out of the park. But at the same time, it doesn't guarantee you anything. Shout out to Scott Frost. So if no hire guarantees you anything, which it doesn't, then why not go with a person who checks your boxes, not from a resume standpoint, but from a personality standpoint, a fit standpoint, and the greater things that they have sort of accomplished in their careers, right? I'm not talking about wins. I'm talking about like the effect that you had on those individual programs that you were at. And frankly, like I said, it doesn't just make Matt Rhule a great candidate for Penn State. It makes him a great candidate for any job.
Scott Strohmeyer would crush it at Penn State, but you can't have him.
That's right. Too much charter money.
That's right.
He makes, so Rhule is, I'm not painting out Rhule to be the best coach in the country or anything like that. I just think he would be a really good and steady hire for basically anybody.
He has something they need, right?
I think specifically Penn State. I believe so.
He can get in and tinker with their noggins.
He can do brains. He can do lobotomies.
Yeah.
It's a great skill.
What do you think you bring to the table, Coach Rhule? Well, you players need lobotomies, and I'm the one who can give it to them.
Look at this. I've done it a couple different times now.
Mm-hmm.
We took bad programs that were in dire shape in some cases, and we turned them into winners in the span of a couple years.
Imagine what I could do with a winner.
Right. I don't think it's a hard sell to make, to be completely honest with you. Now, there's other coaches who just would sit well with the fan base, and they have all these things in their resume, and I'm sure they do. We just don't know it. They do great things that aren't exactly perceptible by the human eye, right? But we know what Matt Rhule does. We know the effect that Matt Rhule has on a program, and that I would say that is his chief quality. That, and I would say, like, being able to connect with people like quickly and immediately, endearing yourself to a fan base.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't like it at first, but they're like, okay, never mind, I'm over that.
And I don't know if you've heard the reports out of Happy Valley the last 24 hours. It seems like they could use a football coach who's willing to go out in the community and shake a few hands and talk to people.
Kiss some babies.
Mm-hmm.
Look, kiss some babies.
Oh yeah,
something like that. Unless you're that kid at the swim meet who came up to in the Michigan shirt and said, "What happened against Michigan?"
You're lucky you're not my kid.
He said, "Boy, you better get out of here right now. We better skedaddle." Adam writes in.
Hi, Adam.
On the text line, Coach O won a national title without being able to speak coherent English at LSU. So, yeah, if the team is set up, anyone could win big.
Remember Larry Coker?
I remember Larry Coker, Josh.
Yeah.
Now, Larry Coker, we actually have a lot of reason to say that Larry Coker actually wasn't very good.
It fell off quick.
Yeah.
But when he got there, he kept it afloat long enough to win.
Just that one time. Yep. They were very,
I think
very
I
good.
could have coached that team to a national championship.
Great poll question. Could Josh
Okay.
Johnson have coached 2001 Miami to a national championship? I think you're going to get some good results on that.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm gonna like the way this turns out.
Kenneth writes in.
Hi, Kenneth.
I think Rhule to Penn State makes entirely too much sense, and there are too many factors working against Nebraska here. Without an extension or rework announcement in the near future, Nebraska fans are going to go crazy. Yeah, I mean, once again, like, this search hasn't even got underway yet, so there's no way of knowing. But like, I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, damn, that's kind of it. Just makes a lot of sense to me. And I want to be clear, like, I think Nebraska is in a really good position with him as their head coach, and they should do everything they can to keep him, and I think they will. But they're still Penn State. Speaking of, did you see this? So we also got we talked about Matt Brown earlier, Extra Points Matt Brown on the.
He's been busy.
So Extra Points Matt Brown is always really good at like FOIAs and like, finding contract details and information and stuff like that. So I think he's got like a Substack. So like, go follow his Substack or something like that. It's a newsletter. All the cool guys got newsletters now. Josh, should I do a newsletter?
Ooh.
Or is this just a replacement for my burner text service?
That would be it'd be the same.
So he tweeted out this morning a interesting an interesting portion of Matt Rhule's contract. Have you seen this?
I've seen the tweet and I've read the headline.
Here's what it says.
I don't know what it says.
Here are the words. Unless the coach has been provided a notice of termination in accordance with the other provisions of this agreement, neither the coach, Matt Rhule, nor anyone acting on the coach's behalf shall engage in any discussions or negotiations with any other prospective employers without notifying the athletic director in advance of those discussions or negotiations. The coach understands that this is in the contract. The coach understands that ongoing rumors or media reports of such negotiations are damaging to the program, and the parties expressly agree that time is of the essence as to this provision, and the same shall be strictly construed. Very broad.
Dumb that down for me.
Well, it's, hey, if you are actually going to enter into, if you want to talk to Pat Kraft about the job, and I'm sure there's some legalese that they could kind of sneak under the gun here, just because, well, Rhule and Kraft are like best friends and they look the same. They look like they could be twins, you know? So, but if you want to have an official like meeting about the Penn State job, you actually have to tell Mr. Dannon first, because when that gets out there, it then becomes damaging to the university. It becomes damaging to the football program, and he's right. Which is like the first thing I think about, and people were wondering about yesterday, like, okay, what are we looking at here? What's the timeline? It's October 14th. I'm drunk now. It's October 14th. I mean, this is just going to be sitting here for weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks.
Now,
because I don't think that they, you know, if Penn State decides that they want to court him, Rhule, like, they're not going to make contact with him in an official capacity. Like, there's not going to be any sort of that until the tail end of this, because they're going to know up front whether he's going to be interested or not, because Kraft and Rhule are such good friends. And neither party wants that to get out, because neither party wants to damage or distract Nebraska from what they're doing this year, including the AD at Penn State. And yes, he does care. He will care and does care, because he wants to, that's a part of courting prospective coaches. You have to respect their privacy. You have to respect, the job that they're doing right now as well. That's why when Nebraska was courting Frost in 2017, it was very, it was the most obvious thing on God's green earth, but yet it was still quiet. Everyone knew he was coming. I guess everyone knew Nebraska was courting him, right? And Moose couldn't help himself.
No brainer hire.
But yeah, they then eventually later in the season, it was like, oh, we bet in Philadelphia, and it wasn't just cheesesteaks, ho 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 ho, all that stuff, and we learned about it later.
Matt Rhule's secret weekend in Lincoln.
Yeah, sort of fascinating. But yeah, for those of you who are looking for a resolution on this soon, it would have to be either one of two things: Penn State hiring a different coach, which I don't even think is on the table unless it's somebody off the board.
Yeah.
At this moment, or Gruden, or
Urban Meyer, Herb.
Right. Unless it's somebody who's not currently occupying a job, this is automatically going several weeks. And then if Nebraska comes out and says, we locked them up, we got this whole cool new structure, he got an extension and a raise, and it just shuts all that down.
I got the
that could theoretically happen. I'm sure Nebraska's working on something like that.
I got the perfect time for it.
When?
Monday, November 10th.
Monday, November 10th.
It is a couple days after the UCLA game. It is Nebraska is idle that week. Nice little Monday presser. Here's a little news item for you. About a week and a half before we travel to Penn State, Just want to lock that down before you scribes write your stories about Matt Rhule coming to Penn State. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Josh is not here for clicks.
I'm here for theater.
Although, I don't know. I mean, there's a very plausible scenario where this is still hanging out there like a cloud going into Happy Valley for sure.
It would almost be silly for Matt Rhule to sign anything with anyone before the conclusion of the season.
Unless
they give you a great okay, that's everything I wanted.
I got what I want, right? So that's sort of the timeline on this thing. I got an email from somebody who was like, the whole contract stipulation is just a nothing. It's a nothing burger. It doesn't seem like anything to me as well. It's just an avenue to start sort of talking about the timeline and the situation.
I have that in my contract. If I want to talk with Penn State, I have to tell NRG Media first.
Yes.
They have not, for the record, they have not asked me, even though I could.
Penn State hasn't?
No, even though I could have coached 2001 Miami to a national title, they have not reached out yet.
Yeah, just imagine if you would have done that. You could make that case to them. You could bring your PowerPoint and you could say, look, if I would have been the coach at 2001 Miami instead of Larry Coker, I would have had a national championship. Wouldn't you want to hire a coach who won a national championship? Can James Franklin do that? I didn't think so. That's why you fired him.
I have many national championship rings. I could wear them to the interview.
Yes.
They don't need to know where they're from or what I did as a vague participant of a team.
It's a good point. I would bring that up in your interview, Josh. Maybe, if you get one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break. NFL reaction, overreaction is what is coming up next. The writers are saying, not sensational enough. We'll see if they came up with something good this week. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
All right, if you're not in already, make sure you get in your picks for fourth quarter pick'em this week. You get all those picks right, and you can get a slice of the pie, baby. Piece of the prize. 1620thezone.com to enter. And once again, as we always like to say, if you are on our email list, 1620 the email, you are going to get early access. And the tiebreaker is who did it first. So
we had to use it a couple of times this week.
You get it one day earlier, and that has been the difference, like you said, a couple of different times. NFL reactions, overreactions. They are the writers are emerging from their den now. They have delivered us the topics. I wonder what they have come up with.
I haven't actually read these yet.
All right,
they got them to me late, so
hot off the
good
press.
job, writers. Okay, take number one. The Chiefs should be thrilled with their 3-3 start after all they've endured.
Well, they've endured quite a lot in the first 6 weeks of the season, in my opinion. I think this is an appropriate reaction.
It feels like it, yeah.
The Chiefs' demise was maybe greatly exaggerated. They lost to two good teams right out of the gate. They beat the Giants, which is like a halfway decent win now. And then they blew that game against Jacksonville, but took care of the Lions on Sunday night. That was impressive. I think with any one of those going the other way, this looks like completely different, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're getting healthier, and Rashee Rice is coming off of suspension this week. And, I think you just got to be feeling pretty good probably right now. You absolutely take exactly where you are. I don't know. You might ask Chiefs fans before the season, like, will you take 3-3 without Rashee Rice with the schedule coming out? Not that he's going to make like this, he's not God. Like, he's a good wide receiver. Okay.
Poll question.
No, do not do that poll question. But they had it pretty tough, and then they find their way to get their 3-3. Yeah. I mean, and their division's probably not as good as everybody expected it to be.
Wonder who said that preseason.
So, I think they're in good shape. Thrilled, I'd say.
Thrilled, which was what the question asked. Take number two. The Bengals can get back into the mix for a playoff spot with Joe Flacco.
Okay, am I crazy here? Are the writers crazy here? So they're 2-4.
Boy, that just sounds crazy, what you're saying.
They've lost 4 games in a row. They've done nothing without Burrow. I thought they put it together a little bit with, like, you could immediately see that Flacco is definitely going to be a better option than Jake Browning was. They play the Steelers twice in the next 4 weeks. That's the team above them in the standings.
I guess that will tell you a lot.
And then in between that, they have the Jets and the Bears.
I mean, hey.
Like, is there a world where Cincinnati is like pulling even right around December?
They got 2 games with the Ravens, too.
Like, I don't think that team is that bad. Obviously, they have a giant gaping hole at quarterback, but Joe Flacco, like, he's got his little kid shovel out and he put some dirt back in the hole. He's better than Jake Browning for sure.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing I keep coming back to. They haven't won a game without Joe Burrow yet.
Yes, but they've only played 1 game with Joe Flacco.
Right, and that was against the Packers, a pretty good football team.
Uh-huh.
This isn't part of the game, but I guess talk to me in 2 weeks after they've played the Steelers and the
Not
Jets at home.
Sensational enough,
That's
Josh.
right, I know.
Not sensational enough. I think that they could get back into the mix a little bit here.
In the mix, sure.
There's also like this. I just am not a Steelers. It just feel like a team where everything's got to be going right for them.
I love that you and Allan Bell talked about that, because I don't think
nobody wants to talk about the Steelers because they're stupid and boring.
Yeah, like, are they good? Are they bad? Are they the beneficiary of the Ravens collapse and Bengals injury? Yeah,
all the above.
Take number 3. Behind Cowboys cast-off, Rico Dowdle. Sorry. I hadn't read these before. The Carolina Panthers can go 500 Not sensational enough.
Whoa, 500
can contend for the NFC South.
Riders, dear God.
I just read them as they're written.
Riders. They actually put in there not sensational enough.
They did. Can the Panthers win the NFC South?
Why don't you take a look, Josh? Tell me what you think.
NFC
because
South.
the quick answer is no when you realize that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in their division.
Can they finish second?
Of course.
Well, yeah.
Can they contend for the NFC South? Can they contend for the NFC South?
I guess
in order to do that,
is a distant second contending?
No.
Okay.
In order to do that, you would, with the ground that they have to make up right now, you likely have to, win a lot of games and beat the Buccaneers twice.
Which,
right?
On that note, the Panthers play the Buccaneers 2 of the last 3 games of the season.
Fascinating.
That's weird.
Fascinating. The Panthers, once again, 3-3, also have the Jets this week. Get ready to tell your children about the plus 500 Panthers.
Oh, you are absolutely going to see a stat on your television, a graphic, a lower third. First time the Panthers have been 1 game over 500 this late in the season since blah, blah, blah.
They will not contend for the NFC South. Can they go 500? Or, they can't, I guess, technically go 500 unless they tie because the NFL did that stupid thing where they don't do that anymore. But
some teams are tying now. It's weird.
Yeah, some teams are tying. There's 2.
It's a weird
to
choice.
be exact. But
it takes 2 to tie.
They might be this. I mean, Bryce Young has arrived. It's Bryce Young time.
Oh.
And people are saying that Rico Dowdle is a franchise back. And he smoked them Cowboys on Sunday. They're undoubtedly headed in the right direction.
Yes.
But that's not sensational.
And just real quick for the audience, if that was too much Panthers talk for you, Austin is in Thursday and Friday, and we will talk Panthers.
Let's go.
I imagine.
Let's go.
This is going to be a Panthers show.
Panthers, go Panthers. We're talking about the football Panthers, not these stupid hockey Panthers.
No, back-to-back cups. Who cares? Take number 4. The Jets are jumping into the conversation of woe.
Did you happen to watch them on Sunday morning from foggy London town?
The very tail end, like the 4th quarter, I watched.
I was reminded because
I got in my driveway at 5:45 a.m. Sunday.
Oh, I didn't even ask you about that. I'm so sorry. I woke up in the morning and I was scrolling through all my social medias, and then I saw that my dear friend Parker Gabriel was in London. I was like,
young Parker.
Wow, why is Parker? Oh, he covers the Broncos. He's in foggy London town. And then I was like, oh, the Broncos are playing right now. Oh, they're playing the Jets. Fun. And so I watched the game. And what I saw from the Jets was horrifying.
Sunday was a perfect storm.
I don't think that I've ever seen an NFL team be that inept. Of course, you must give the Broncos defense credit. They're amazing. As Travis mentioned the stat earlier, Justin Fields was 9 of 17 for 45 yards. That's 2.6 yards per completion. He took 9 sacks for 55 yards. That is a net -10 passing yards.
That's right, Connor.
On the game, Josh. Holy God. And then I saw this little stat from Bill Barnwell today. Leaving scrambles aside, Fields generated -0.4 yards per drop back as a passer. It's the first time any quarterback has generated negative net yards on a day with 20 dropbacks or more since Jay Cutler did it against the Giants in 2010.
Smoking Jay.
That's 15 years ago. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I thought during the first game, I was like, oh, they might have some Justin Fields fun here.
Yeah.
Like this could be a fun
You were
frisky
trying
team.
to talk me into that.
No, wrong. This is bad. They might never win.
Completely incompetent Jets. Terrific defense in the Denver Broncos. Solo window. Perfect storm of everyone going, oh, the Jets are generationally bad.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. I haven't looked at their schedule ahead, but
I don't think it matters.
This is going to go. I mean, they're definitely the worst team in the NFL, but like, what's their, okay, they have the Panthers this week. Not going to win that game. Couldn't dream of it.
They do get the Browns. In about 3 weeks.
Dolphins. They're going to be on off the rails by then.
Ravens. at
Saints
the
are bad.
Saints, yeah.
Okay.
There's some spots.
They might find a couple, but they're bad.
Very. Final take. Take your pick of the 2024 NFL draftees at quarterback.
Oh, is it time to make some decisions?
We got a redraft.
Okay. Who are my options, Josh?
Caleb Williams.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels. Drake May. Michael Penix. J.J. McCarthy. He counts. Bo Nix. Spencer Rattler.
All starters, except for JJ, who's hurt.
They are. Wow.
Has the Jaden Daniels regression, is that real?
I think people have realized they made the NFC Championship game last year based on the bracket and not the goodness of the Commanders.
I mean, they were really good in the back half of that season. I hate to sort of ride this wave because we talk about who's hot at quarterback like every week. But the Drake May thing has been building for a little while. But I can't do it because I was like he's the bust guy.
I feel like Drake May has a high floor but a lower ceiling of some of those other names.
It's probably still Daniels, followed by Drake May, then Caleb.
They're definitely fighting for second.
And then there's like a tier break.
Uh-huh.
And then it's basically everybody else, but Rattler is last.
Yes.
People love Bo Nix, so people love Bo Nix. I don't know.
I
don't know.
I don't see it.
Penix is fine. JJ, we'll see.
Who knows?
Who knows? There you go. There's your 2024 redraft. We definitely gave it very certain terms. Sam writes in on Twitter, JJ is going to get his jersey retired by the Montreal Alouettes.
Oh, no.
CFL me, he says. Yikes. It's possible. I don't know. Give him some time. Come on.
Let him play.
Sam's a Packers fan, so he's biased. All right. The Packers will not show up on this list that Josh is about to unveil.
Will they?
Bottom 5 teams in the league. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone. I do love a crowd singing. I do. One of my most common things that I watch every time it comes up on my algos, Josh, is when the British people sing the songs at the soccer games.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I listen every time. I'm like, these guys are great. And getting a crowd to sing along with something, to anything except for Sweet Caroline,
Yeah,
is just beautiful. So, especially when they're saying you suck.
What a great thing to sing.
Excellent.
I just like that togetherness, that community.
Me too. I agree completely.
Harder and harder to find.
All right, we got a bottom 5 today, Josh.
We do.
Where are we headed?
Bottom 5 teams in the National Football League. We begin with number 5.
God, come on. Take forever.
Number 5.
Hey, Josh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Technical question.
Sure.
Would you like me to press the buttons so that way you don't have to roll yourself over to the board every time?
I mean, first of all, that makes me sound like a beached whale, but
I apologize.
I'd like, no, I just,
because I could do it.
I need to be more prepared.
No. I'm not saying, like, I'm genuinely asking. I could press it. It would make it easier for you. I think.
Sure.
All right, let's work together.
Okay.
We'll see how they go.
Number 5, the Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
I can't read what I wrote on the description of the Miami Dolphins. I'll paraphrase it. What the actual bleep did Tua do after the game?
He said they got secret players only meetings that people are late to.
I've never seen a quarterback come out and inadvertently snitch on the entire organization, trade him today.
It's bad.
And then fire everyone.
He should have just said, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
You guys, it's bad.
It's bad. Tua is going to be somebody's backup next year, probably.
Absolutely. You need to trade him today. You need to tear this thing down to the studs as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah, and there's no like next coach that comes in and he's like, oh, let's just see what Tua's got.
No. The next coach will say, yeah, I think that weirdo Brian Flores, although he might be very mean, was right.
Brian Flores was right, according to
banner.
Josh.
Hang the banner in Minnesota.
Number 4.
I forgot we agreed.
You like that, huh?
I did.
And then I can just pause it, and you don't have to move the pots down.
That's
either.
Right. Wow, what a team effort. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. They've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, they actually suck now.
Yeah,
it's great.
Their defense is still dead last in the league. They're on a bye. It's the week I told you they would fire their defensive coordinator. Kind of surprised it hasn't happened yet. Not ready to admit I'm wrong, though.
Okay, so there's still time.
Yeah.
I mean, usually you pass over Monday.
Monday's kind of, if you make it through Monday, you're good.
He made it.
He did.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe next week.
Yeah.
You can still be right.
That's right. Number 3.
3. Combination of 3 and 5.
Number 3.
Baltimore very thankful for the Cleveland Browns. So
Go Browns.
They're not even the worst team in their own division. Cleveland has scored the fewest points in the AFC, 82. That's not enough.
Agreed.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel is now their quarterback.
Learning on the job.
No, that's not good.
Yeah.
He's not very good anyway.
No,
At
he's
best
no
case
Jackson
scenario,
Dart.
Best case scenario for Dylan Gabriel, he's Tua. And look at what happened. Look at what has happened to Tua.
Oh God, could you imagine Tua on the Browns?
It'd be the same exact thing.
Just getting rocked.
It'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
And Dylan Gabriel going there, it'd be the same thing. Both left-handed, kind of savvy quarterbacks with noodle arms, and could get you through a game probably, but they need a lot around them.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
They don't have that in Cleveland.
They do not.
Number 2.
Here comes 2.
Number 2.
This team very thankful that the New York Jets exist, or else they'd be an easy candidate for number 1. They are the Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
First team to fire their head coach. 31st in points, passing, and rushing. Couple it with one of the poorer defenses in the league, and yeah, you're probably tearing this thing down to the studs. Also,
and we did have a Cam Ward dumbass awesome throw of the week this week too, but it turned out just bad.
Yeah, it was just a bad one. It wasn't an awesome one.
Yeah,
that's too bad. Yeah, and there's a lot of people have forgotten about the dysfunction in the organization.
I definitely did. When Allan mentioned that earlier, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of that yesterday. It was like, hey, remember when the GM fired Mike Vrabel, and then Mike Vrabel said, oh, you should fire your GM, and then they fired the GM. And then, yeah, total teardown coming.
God, they had it rolling there for a few years.
They did. They had a lead on the Kansas City Chiefs at halftime of an AFC championship.
And then what happened, Josh? And then what happened?
Patrick Mahomes.
That's right. Patrick Mahomes
slid the refs a 20.
Sometimes
and
bad happens. No, he didn't do that.
Here you go. Let my players slap each other in the face.
Wow.
Number 1. The Aaron Glenn Memorial number 1 spot.
Make it so, number 1.
Number 1.
You can't fire him. He just got there.
Unfortunately. Well, I mean, you can. You've seen one of those before.
But a generationally bad performance in London. They lost 13-11. Doesn't sound that bad, but it was. You, listening to this right now, you threw for 10 more yards than the Jets did Sunday morning.
Nice.
82 total yards offense. Connor, that's 246 feet.
Yeah, there's like nothing you could do. Nice, Josh.
Thank you.
There's like nothing you could do. Like, what are we going to do? Put in Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah, like
to make it better?
No,
not a great option. Oh, we have like 2 running backs that we kind of really like. You know, we like Braylon Allen. You know, we like Breece Hall. It's very sad.
They are visibly struggling to play the game of football.
Every time I watch the Jets, I just feel bad for Garrett Wilson because I think he's their only good player. And I think, wow, what a sad career you've had so far.
Yeah. Boy, this cratered hard and fast.
Yep.
And there's 11 more games for them to play.
The Giants only have 2 more wins, and they seem just in a different universe. The vibes are so good.
Yeah, that's a team with a bad record but great vibes.
Yeah, you can be bad and still have great vibes.
Jackson and Cam are going to be in a lot of commercials.
It's really just about the vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, they almost made a star out of the Cutlets guy. So it can happen for you.
Tommy Cutlets.
All you have to do is get anyone feeling good about the direction that you're headed. And it ain't that hard. They'll buy into anything in New York. I know these people. Okay. And there ain't nothing for the Jets. It's very possible that Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo end up actually being nothing, and they wash out of the league in 3 years.
Boy, would it shock
But right now is fun.
Would it shock you if Cam was like, unfortunately, Giants fans, I'm told I have to retire because I don't have a brain.
Yeah, my brain turned into mush, sadly. He does like to run into stuff quite a lot. Probably more than is comfortable for the human brain.
Probably a bit you need to change. You can be tough without headbutting things.
Yeah, well, I mean, other people, you got to keep headbutting other people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But walls, you could stop.
Yeah. We get it. You're tough. You're cool. We know. You don't have to do it anymore.
That's probably how his eyes got so far apart. just every time he hits the wall, it spreads out a little
bit. The whiplash
further.
Sent his eyes further apart.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
Those are the worst 5 teams in the NFL, not to be debated.
Oh, yeah.
Josh won't have it.
That's a perfect list right there.
Josh won't have it.
Finally perfected it.
1 o'clock hour is coming up. We'll be joined by Mike Schaefer.
His Vikings were not on this list.
Congratulations. We'll deliver him that news next on 1620 The Zone.
Come the Guardians.
Yeah, I have statistics to back up that we have people that listen.
Mike Schaefer.
Anytime there's sort of a debate as to who can do something, Happer would always put his name forth, for sure.
Husker 24/7 on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
I could be a star.
And we're joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline by our good friend Mike Schaefer from Husker 247. Schaefer, this is weird. Hello, how are you?
This is a weird part that it's not on Monday. It's a weird part that I am on time for the radio interview.
No, not that part.
What's the weird part?
It's just there's a big difference between Monday at 11 and Tuesday at 1 for me. I maybe it's not for you, but for me it just feels completely different.
I mean, it feels like a 26-hour difference, so I agree. That is a substantial amount of time.
Thank you.
A lot can happen in 26 hours. I'll try to give you the Monday effort, though, so that way you don't feel like you're getting a Tuesday lame-o performance here.
No, we do not want a Tuesday effort because that would be the worst possible thing. By the way, we have good news for you. Josh just unveiled his bottom 5 teams in the NFL, and the Vikings weren't on it. Congratulations.
I don't think that they would be that close to it.
Not even in consideration.
Not even in consideration.
I'm not even sure they're bottom 5 in their conference.
I don't know, but the way sometimes you tweet about the Vikings that you would think.
Yeah, I mean, my expectations are that they should be attempting to win instead of trying to build the best salary situation for a rookie scale quarterback who has no business starting NFL games. But it's just, I prefer to see my team win rather than play games financially. But I root for the Vikings and the Cleveland Guardians, so they don't have the same feelings sometimes.
We also got a suggestion earlier that JJ McCarthy will one day have his jersey retired by the Montreal Alouettes. Do you think that will happen?
I think there's a better chance of that happening than having him join the Vikings Ring of Honor. So you can sign me up to thinking that's a possibility at least.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not super out on the Vikings. I'm not super. We just wanted to congratulate you on being at least a very average team.
Thank you. In a league full of average teams, I think it's okay to be an average team at this point in time.
Let me ask you this before we get into football stuff. How have you been enjoying the baseball playoffs so far?
I'm enjoying them in the sense that that Detroit-Seattle game was just fantastic on a Friday night where I had nothing else and could just sort of sit there and watch as they went back and forth and all the drama and everything there. I just feel like the Dodgers are going to ruin this for me when they win another World Series. It's hard to get overly enthusiastic. It would have been nice to see the Brewers win yesterday to at least put some pressure on LA at this point in time. But it all feels like anticlimactic in a way. Like we're going to get Seattle in the World Series and we're going to talk about how great it is and the Dodgers are going to win in 5. Like it's just it's hard to feel like this is going to be a fulfilling, exciting end of the season. So congratulations to the Dodgers fans. You purchased another World Series. You didn't need Blake Snell until August.
Wow.
You didn't need Roki Sasaki until October. You can go sign 3 more all-star level caliber players in the offseason. We can do it all again. Pretend like this is some kind of exciting story for us.
Do you think baseball should make them pay Shohei Ohtani a requisite amount of money right now just so they can't do this?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. Part of it is that it's frustrating that there seems to be one team that's attempting to put good players on their team and are saying that, they can figure it out financially and they're not pretending like a sports franchise is some sort of investment opportunity that needs to have that needs to have this significant return or whatever. I mean, it's just it's frustrating because they're doing what you would do if you ran a franchise in a video game. They go get good players and they go win. It just sucks for everybody else.
Well, yeah, and then they go in and they edit their contracts to make them all make $1.
It'd be one thing if the Dodgers were just like a cool organization that spent money, but they also try to cheat through every possible means necessary. Like they were part of sign stealing stuff. It's not as well known as the Astros or the Red Sox and Yankees, but you can bet they were part of that too. They had to change the rules in baseball because the Dodgers were trying to circumvent things with the IL by putting pitchers on there and then having them take a week off and then bringing them back so they could keep them more rested. Like they're no different than anyone else in that they will stretch every mile that they can possibly get. So they're not a particularly likable organization either. It's just not fun. Like I don't see how this is good for the sport, but I also don't know what you do to change it because I don't think a salary cap does anything. You need to force organizations to spend money. That's the problem.
Schaefer, I don't think I've seen or heard any of your takes about this Matt Rhule Penn State situation. Would you like? You have anything?
Yeah, sure. I've been trying to just not offer a lot of takes on it.
Good.
Because we got a lot of weeks left for takes, and I don't know that there's going to be like a ton of twists and turns because there's not going to be a very public aspect about this. But a lot of it just comes down to this for me. I think the smartest course of action for Nebraska is to not overly invest in any one specific coach. And I don't mean that as any kind of slight towards Matt Rhule, who I think has done a nice job putting Nebraska on the right path. I just don't think it makes sense for Troy Gannon to go into a room with a contract and basically offer Matt Rhule anything he wants. Because one, he hasn't really done that much here. So start with that. I mean, they have one bowl appearance and they're 5-1 right now. They're ranked number 25 in one of the two polls. No one really thinks they're a college football playoff threat at this juncture. Now we're into mid-November and they're 9-1, and going into Penn State, that's going to change the equation a little bit. I don't think we're going to be there, but who knows? The other thing is like you can't put yourself in a situation where you have to buy somebody out, because if it doesn't go well, let's say you decide to really invest in Matt Rhule, and now he's getting paid $15 million a year, and then you decide you need to move on from him, and his buyout is like $78 million. Somebody's got to finance that. And in a world in which you're talking about, he stood up yesterday and talked about how they need to have investments, and we can't be talking about it as Nebraska doesn't do it like this and everything else. You have to have that money available for players. So why are you going to go spend that on a coach or to go buy out a coach? Like, this is the difficult part about where college athletics is at, because if we all acknowledge you have to have money for your rosters, that means you probably can't have money for super fancy sleeping pods for everybody on your roster and all this other stuff that Nebraska has spent a bunch of money on in recent years. But this is what Trev Alberts was trying to do when he was at Nebraska, trying to save up a pot of money for whenever it was going to go this direction. And so, to me, that tells me you can't overly invest in your coaching infrastructure too, because some of that money has to be put into the roster. So it's just a weird time in college athletics. So where I basically come down on it, it'd be great if Matt Rhule's still here December 1st or whatever that is. But if he's not, Nebraska has to be nimble and has to be willing to move forward. And I don't think it's the end of the world. Oregon lost Mario Cristobal and ended up better for it. Programs have lost coaches to somewhere else and continue to truck forward. Nebraska doesn't have to be the exception there. That's not to say that I think he's going to leave either. I'm just saying, like, there's no reason we have to act like the sky is falling because he's a candidate for another job. And honestly, it's probably a good thing for Nebraska. They're in a much better position if they had to make the hire today than they did in November of 22.
I think so too. But honestly, Schaefer, like, I don't know what the future holds in these conversations. I mean, if you go off of what's happened in the past on coaches' contracts, they just keep going up and up and up. But we have seen a little bit of a slowdown in that category. And like you said, what Rhule was talking about yesterday was more along the lines of, how do we invest in the infrastructure, like in our roster, to have a $40 million roster? Like, I think it's very possible that he could continue on here and you don't see much of like a raise from his salary.
Yeah, and I would hope if he's the sort of PR maven that he is, he would be pretty smart to come out and basically, if he sticks with Nebraska, say that Nebraska's made a commitment to the organization as a whole, not so much Matt Rhule. I mean, make it so it seems like who's winning here is the program, not that you just financially restructured into another tax bracket. So that's what's difficult about this, because I do think coaches have to be smart about that, because the natural inclination is, ka-ching, ka-ching, he's going to the bank. And yet at the same time, is Nebraska better off if they're paying him $15 million instead of paying somebody else $9 million? I don't know that the answer to that is unequivocally yes. But I do know that $6 million could be spread out in other ways for the program.
Yeah, it's a fascinating discussion and sort of what goes on. I mean, I guess the big picture is, and I think what he was getting at yesterday is like, is that type of investment to where Nebraska can have a competitive national championship like caliber roster, or at least be able to pay the money to try and get that. Is that type of money available, and is that possible here? And we may be about to find out. Like, I don't know. We'll see how all that develops over the next several weeks and months and years, I guess. But I've always wondered, and maybe we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's tough because I personally don't know that Nebraska's efforts from the collective side of things have extended far out beyond a small group of people that have largely been spearheading it. I don't think they've done the Big Ten thing where they've tried to, they have events and everything else, but in order for Nebraska, which is not going to ever be the biggest or most, financially wealthy fan base out there, but the support and they care, you're going to have to figure out where some of these donors come from. Because the other thing that isn't really a secret here, the people that now have expendable money that can invest in Nebraska football have watched 20 years of bad football.
Yep.
So like, why are they parting with their money just because Matt Rhule wants a $30 million? Like, there's got to be some reason, and that means go out and beat USC on November 1st and then turn around and ask for money from people and be like, we're this close. We're putting this on the right track. Like, you can't have one without the other, especially if you don't have some sort of special benefactor that can tap into oil money or something. But there has to be a reason for other people who have expendable income to care about this team like they did when they were kids. And it can't just be pure nostalgia. And so that's where some of the product on the field still has to catch up with this idea that Nebraska wants to be a big boy program. Very few big boy programs exist without the results behind it.
Mike Schaefer, Husker 247 is with us. Schaefer, let's go to on the field. I remember in our conversation last week, like you're pretty high on Nebraska after their win against Michigan State. They go this past week and they come back late against Maryland, up 10 twice, blow it a couple times. Like, we haven't talked about that enough probably this week. I mean, they've how much confidence in them do you have right now for them to be able to get the job done in these close games late, considering we've seen it now in a couple weeks straight?
Yeah, I feel better about Nebraska in the fourth quarter than I have in a long time. I mean, they've shown incredible resolve and the ability to go get things done when the chips are down and the back's against the wall and whatever cliche we want to use. I mean, they've done a really nice job in that regard. Where the next step forward for them is stop putting yourself in that situation. Like, there's a reason they've dominated the first and the fourth quarter of these last two games. So figure out how to do that in the third quarter or in the second quarter. And so they're still very much a work in progress. I thought last Saturday's win showed a lot of growth for them as a team. I continue to think that there's definite flaws that they have to work around, and yet none of it feels like it's entirely unsustainable. I don't think they're doing anything that just feels like smoke and mirrors right now. And I don't think they're playing anybody that, same thing where I'm not worried about them being overly exposed this week by Minnesota. You know what Minnesota largely is going to be? You have to go out there and match them. They have to eliminate some of these turnovers that have popped up here. I mean, obviously the 3-0 turnover margin, a pick six, and you still won that game. That's pretty remarkable. Chances are, if you eliminate one or two of those interceptions, it's nowhere close to the game as it ends up being. So there's still a lot of work for them to be done. But I feel good about where they are here in October. I think they have a great chance to be 7-1 going into that game against USC. But Minnesota and Northwestern aren't just going to roll over either. I mean, they're 4-2 each, respectively. Northwestern has a chance to be 5-2 going into that game. That game could be the big noon kick. It could be the CBS kick.
Ugh.
Like, that might be the biggest game on the slate in the Big Ten. What's a really ugly week next week. So if Nebraska takes care of business and Northwestern does, you could have a big TV spot game for that, which makes no sense to me at all.
The only thing, Schaefer, the only thing smoke and mirrors about them is the winning close games, right? Like, maybe soon we're having the conversation of, wow, how can Nebraska keep getting away with this? But like you said, it wouldn't just be like luck. They're winning these games, which, I don't know, makes a difference in the way that they're viewed in the college football world.
Yeah, and I think some of that, though, is you can refute it by being like, well, what about the fourth quarter was just sheer luck for Nebraska? They went out and they got the stops. I mean, there was nothing lucky about Deshaun McCullough on the 3rd and 1 just making a smart instinctive play and blowing up that run for a -3. I mean, maybe you're lucky that Maryland doesn't have a kicker, or they inexplicably took the 5-yard delay penalty. That might be lucky instead of running a 4th and 4 play. But, there was nothing lucky about the throw and catch between Dylan Raiola and Heinrich Harburg that put you inside the 10-yard line. There's nothing lucky about Dane Key. Like, this is a good football team, and they have played down to their opponents more than they've probably played up the last couple of weeks. So if anything, you probably can't keep getting away with that. But I think that they can continue to get better. And then at some point, we want to see a 4-quarter football game. I think that's kind of the last vestige here. You obviously saw it against Akron, but that doesn't really count. Let's see a 4-quarter football game against a Power 4 opponent. Can you do that to Minnesota on the road? Can you do that at home against Northwestern or UCLA coming up? I think that's kind of the last sort of thing to cross before a lot of people will be like, okay, yeah, these guys are good. I think people need to see that.
All right, Schaefer, we'll let you go. Thanks for joining us on Tuesday at 1, which is very different from Monday at 11.
Let's try to get back to Monday at 11. Try to get that back into the routine here.
I kind of like this. This
Tuesday
is
at 1
nice.
was nice.
This feels good.
I'm willing. You tell me what time you want me to talk. I'm more than willing to make.
I'm just saying it's good every once in a while. Like it's like wearing all white jerseys. Once a year, it's not bad.
Yeah, just because maybe there was an appearance at 1 o'clock that wasn't great some other time, it doesn't mean it always has to be bad either.
All right, Schaefer. We'll go back to 11 o'clock on Monday next week.
All right.
See ya. Mike Schaefer, Husker 247. Can we do a quick rant on that real quick? What is wrong with you people?
You people.
Yes, you people. Oh, but the white jerseys. You might as well just cancel the season now. They're wearing all white jerseys.
You better forfeit like Omaha Westview did.
No, that was Lincoln High.
Well,
did Westview do one too?
Yeah, they just
against
whoever they're Lincoln Southwest this week.
Oh man,
dropping like flies.
Bummer. You better just quit. Just don't even make the trip because of the all white jerseys. You guys are disgusting. I think there are parts of me that thinks that Matt Rhule is like he knows what you all have to say about the white jerseys. We never win in white jerseys. The surrender whites, and he's like, all right, screw those guys. Let's go wear them. We'll just keep wearing them. We're gonna. If we lose, we'll just wear them again.
Mm-hmm.
And if we win, then screw you all. We're gonna keep wearing these white jerseys.
I do like that.
You guys are sick.
Hey, Dylan came up to me and he said, "Hey, coach, we think those whites are really clean. We'd like to wear the all whites up in Minnesota." And Rhule's like, "You better win."
Actually, Dylan, we can't do that because our fan base will cry. So
I don't know if
we
you've
can't
noticed
have that
this,
happen.
They're children.
We cannot have that happen. Just
what do we always call? What do we
touch
always
grass? Like whatever it is. Like
we always put this and things like this in that category of things you care about when you're not winning football games.
Great point. Great point. But guess what? They are winning football games and they still care. So what say you about that, Josh? They're 5-1. They were 5-1 last year when they wore all white jerseys.
Oh no!
Got smoked 56-7 in Indiana.
Damn it!
If they lose 56-7 again this week, Rhule should
there's-
just keep wearing all white jerseys the rest of the year.
They'll pack your house and ship your stuff to Happy Valley, Matt.
That would not be good. PJ Fleck would really enjoy himself if that happens.
He would.
All right, we'll be back. A couple more things to talk about, including some other jobs. And I have to apologize to Emmett Johnson.
Yes,
I love you, Emmett.
Do.
I love you, Emmett. And a variety of other things. Coming up on 1620 The Zone.
Connor, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chris has got it figured out for us.
Chris?
Yeah, Chris in the YouTube chat.
Chris?
You know why everyone's complaining about the white jerseys?
Why is that?
He says, because we always get our butts kicked wearing all whites.
Is that why?
Did you know that's why people are upset about it, Connor?
I actually did.
Oh, you did?
I
Okay.
actually did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
So Jimmy was saying, Jimmy Palmer was saying earlier, like, hey, you're a baseball guy. Like, what, they do all this weird stuff in baseball. I was like, here's the thing. I have opinions on uniforms. I like the looks. I judge the uniforms off of how they look, not how the team plays in them.
Interesting.
Because that is different on different days,
Okay.
Somebody should just do AI, like they should AI Nebraska winning all the greatest games they've ever won in all white uniforms. And say, look, see, it can happen. It can be done. By the way, I got this from the Big 12 conference today. See, the Big 12. The Big 12 conference is out here on Twitter. They're in the streets. So
okay.
Here's a tweet from George Stoya, who covers Oklahoma for Sooner Scoop. Brent Venables.
That's a SEC team.
Correct.
Okay.
Brent Venables, the Oklahoma coach, on playing in the SEC and it being a one-possession league. Quote, this isn't the old Big 12 days where Oklahoma destroys everybody every single week except one game a year.
Oh.
The Big 12 Conference quote tweeted that at Big 12 Conference and said Coach Venables lost 8 conference games in his 2 seasons in the Big 12.
They community notes him.
They literally community notes him. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
So the SEC superiority complex is just off and running really, really good right now.
Okay.
We're a one possession league. We don't blow everybody out like the rest of the leagues. God. Disgusting. We all have things we tell ourselves or whatever. So shout out to the Big Idea Commissioner, man, and the Big 12 Conference for really and their referees and their big hats. Every time I watch a Big 12 game, I say, wow, that is a big Big 12 logo on your hat.
Well, you're gonna see it this week on Big Noon.
Big Noon's a Big 12 game this week?
Holy War.
Oh, that's a Big 12 game. I forgot about that.
Big 12 on Big 12.
And which holy city is it located in?
I believe Utah is the home team.
All right. Excellent. Salt Lake.
Yeah. Not
Josh wasn't
not
sure.
Provo.
Not Provo, the other one.
I've been to Provo recently.
Okay. Emmett Johnson.
Emmett Johnson.
I'm sorry. I mean, I said I was sorry for the Kurt Signetti stuff yesterday. I was wrong. He's great. They're awesome. They're going to the playoff. They might have a chance to win a national championship.
Whoa.
I said that yesterday, Josh. Emmett Johnson.
Oh, you're talking about Emmett Johnson.
No. I said I'm just making the comment about Signetti. No.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Emmett Johnson. He's one of the best running backs in the Big Ten. He looks explosive. He looks dynamic. He busted off an Amir Abdullah style 50-yard run on Saturday in College Park. He's looking good. And it's not just an accent piece. He's a spoke in the wheel, right? Which is a great thing. I mean that as a compliment of Nebraska's offense. I think they have a bunch of really solid pieces. But Emmett is like Emmett might be the most valuable dude on the team.
He has 105 carries. The next most on the team is 16.
So I'm sorry. I thought I was just like, I don't know, like
productive workhorse.
I don't feel very comfortable with him being the only guy, and I don't know how good he is in the first place. And maybe we just think he's better than he actually is because he's the only guy here. He's quite clearly just straight up good. So, Emmett, please accept this apology.
He's at 650 yards.
I'm sorry. I love you. I think you should be the number one ball carrier. I don't care about the second, third running backs anymore. It's all you. You are number one.
I'm having trouble doing the math. I believe he would be on pace for 1,000.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Which.
Oh yeah. He's over 600 right now, right?
650.
Yeah. I mean, we're only 6 games deep, Josh.
Play a lot of games now, don't they?
Well, 12 at least.
Yeah, hopefully more.
So 650 times 2
would be
1,300. 1,300 yards. And he didn't even have very many carries in those crap games.
Yeah. I mean,
so he's going to get loaded up against, in all these other games. That dude might run for 1,200 yards with another 3-4 in the pass game. Forget about it.
This is all you ever wanted.
Of course. It's great. It's excellent.
You didn't care how Nebraska got to 1,000-yard back.
Yes.
You just wanted 1,000-yard back.
This is excellent news, of course. But it should be admitted by a big man. And that big man is me. I underestimated young Emmett.
You're doing the Don Siggs thing.
What?
Oh, Dan Lanning's just a generational genius.
No. I'm not saying this just to jump all over Emmett when he's not good. I'm giving in. I submit.
I was genuinely thinking about this on a plane over the weekend that the season is, we're well into the season. He's productive. He's the workhorse. He's all of these things that we weren't sure he was going to be after 3 or 4 games. Last 3 weeks, he's really proven himself.
That's the most impressive part. I don't care what he does against Houston Christian and Akron.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always going to be fine there. But this Maryland game just put it over the top for me.
I don't know if I can find it pretty quick, but Holgo the Oka was talking today.
Oh, no, I got a good quote from practice. You ready for this one?
Okay, yeah, please.
Here is Dylan Rhule on
Dylan.
Have you seen his Instagram story?
Yes, I've seen him hug Coach Rhule.
Dylan Rhule on the rumors surrounding Matt Rhule and the Penn State job. Quote, he ain't going nowhere.
Whoa.
He ain't going nowhere. Dylan Rhule, he knows something. Once again, I can't make this any more clear. I am certain that Matt Rhule walked into a team meeting over the weekend and said, look, man, there's going to be rumors about me. They're going to be talking about me in this job. I am staying here, which is what he has to say. And maybe I'm sure he means it right now. It's not like he's outright lying to anybody. It's not like he's outright lying to his team. Like, he means it right now. Right now, he's the coach here, and he intends on staying here. He's going to stay. I'm going to stay, right? But like I said, he can't know yet because, like I said, the search has not really started at this point. I believe that Dylan and people inside that locker room were told that he's staying, but that doesn't mean anything, in my opinion. I mean, it means good for right now. It means you're trying to stay away from the distraction of right now. But I would advise people to take all that stuff with a grain of salt. That's all. Because it wouldn't be the first time that a coach said, I'm staying here, and then didn't stay. Also, remember, it's October. I'm not saying he's leaving. I'm not saying he's going anywhere. I'm just saying take all the stuff with a grain of salt right now. It's October 14th. I'm drunk now. Let's.
Dylan blamed it on Rhule's wife, too.
Oh, no. What did he say? What did he say now?
Rhule adds with a smile that, quote, it doesn't really matter what he says. His wife loves it here.
Dylan watches the press conference.
Everybody, we got to stop putting this all on Mrs. Rhule.
Really bad time for Julie. Okay. Her dry bar is getting overflooded with hair appointments, which is a good thing, but she doesn't have the staff. She doesn't have the staff. To the phones quickly. Here's Dave on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Hey, Dave. Dave. Oh, Josh, you got to turn the phone pot up. You missed. There you go. Hey, Dave, what's up?
Sorry, Dave.
Hey, not much. Hey, yeah, I think his comment about He goes where his wife really wants him to go. Was kind of like kind of a bad move. But the other question I have for you is this: from a program standpoint, we're trying to break down the end of the year, which I think is the weekend of Thanksgiving. If he decides to leave, I guess what I'm wondering is everybody's got an age. Some of them may be working on getting out of here or looking into the transfer portal, because a lot of them are going to have great opportunities if he does leave, for great offers. And then on top of that, how can you bring in a large group of high school athletes for the USC game to act like you're recruiting them, and you may not even be here? I guess I'm just kind of confused over the whole thing of this whole delay. Because didn't that happen once before where we lost a coach and basically lost a whole recruiting class?
Sure.
That then sets you back another 2 years. I guess I don't get it. I guess my attitude is like, if his heart is to be there, then his heart is to be there. Say it. The other thing that's really weird is going to Penn State. If Nebraska wins or if Nebraska loses, I guess as a fan, I don't know what the Penn State folks are saying about maybe getting a coach whose record has not been that great as a championship coach. So I just want to know your thoughts.
Okay, great call, Dave. Appreciate. So let me explain it this way. Maybe this will adjust the sight line and the point of view here. So he asked the question about how could you bring in recruits to Nebraska for the USC weekend if you knew that you're going to get up and leave in just a couple of weeks. Because here's how you approach it if you're the coach. First of all, he doesn't know. He won't know by November 1st, in my opinion. He might have a better idea that he does on October 14th. I'm drunk now. Then at that point. But you get the point. You approach it as if you are coaching at the place that you were coaching at until you're not. That's it. It's as simple as that. One day I'm the coach here. I'm trying to do the best thing I possibly can for this program. And the next day, once that contract is signed, you are the coach at the other place. And then you are trying to be the best coach you could be for that place. When I moved here, I did a show on Friday for another station. And then on Monday, I did a show here. I did the same show. It's the same show. I talked about the same things.
You didn't do a crap show Thursday and Friday because you knew you were out the door?
No, I did an excellent show. I did the best that I possibly could. Well, I was setting things up for the other show. Josh and we had met probably by that point, right? So there were some things that we were getting prepared for me to be here, but I was doing the same show. Day to day was the same. There was a little bit more on the plate, right? There was a little more stress. There was a little more like, is this going to work or like whatever, you're thinking about more things. There's more tension and pressure, but you're doing the job until you're doing the other job. And that's it.
You can always,
and that might be my naive way of thinking by me, but that's how I approached it. Like that's what I'm not making millions of dollars or anything like that, but that's how I approached it.
And if you do go to Penn State, you can call those same kids that you recruited saying, hey, did you like me or did you like Nebraska? Because I ain't at Nebraska anymore. I'm over here. You want to come over here?
So, definitely.
Pretty good over here.
Because then he's working for that place.
Yeah.
And he's, working against Nebraska in a certain way. But I don't
that place, they don't even have a coach. Penn State has a coach.
Right. I mean, right now, it would be in his best interest, in Nebraska's best interest of him to offer any recruit that is committed to Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
To get them to play for Nebraska. And if he ends up at Penn State, great. You can take him to Penn State, but that's just a thing that you do when you do it. I don't know. I like to overly simplify, I guess, in these situations.
I'm an idiot. I have to oversimplify.
But maybe we don't have to end up talking about this. Who knows? We never got to Luke Fickell today. We'll save him for tomorrow. But basically, the news on Wisconsin is they've reached the end of the Mike Riley era. Congratulations.
Chance the Rapper came?
There's still a long way to go.
Oh, okay.
They've reached the end of the Mike Riley era. They're getting torched by Iowa, and they're wondering how it happened.
Been there, brother.
It truly is amazing. Luke Fickell, I watched that press conference and I'm like, oh my God, I've seen this. They're like, Luke Fickell's like, yeah, I don't know how that happened. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. I was like, I've seen multiple coaches do that. So they've reached the end of the Mike Riley era. Congratulations.
Hey, in a couple
What you
weeks,
do next is very important.
Yeah. In a couple weeks, Luke, you're going to have to like ask yourself, do I need to throw out half the playbook? Don't. And if you do, don't tell anyone.
They would have skipped a couple of years. All right, we'll be back. Polls, tell you what to watch next on 1620 The Zone.
You made me do this. This is on you, producer Josh.
The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, so the polls at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. First today is Julian saying filthy.
Said it so much during the crossover.
Filthy. I mean, he's good. I'm just going to say no. 51% say no.
Ooh.
I expected that to be very close. Is Connor Happer a disease? That's what one YouTube commenter said.
No.
55% say yes.
Although diseases spread and you do find yourself working more and more jobs in this state.
Has there ever been a good disease? The disease of winning? I'm so sorry for winning. You're going to get sick and tired of how much you win.
Someone said
winning.
That was Charlie Sheen that said that last part.
So maybe they mean this as a compliment. 55% say yes. Remember iPods?
Of course.
Yes. Wasn't that long ago? 91% say yes. 91%. 9% of our listeners are babies. Could Josh, producer Josh, have coached 2001 Miami to a national championship?
Absolutely.
I think here's my prediction. I think we're going to get a higher percentage on this than the iPods one.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's my current guess.
Keep in mind, I was 16 years old in 2001.
Wrong. At 79% only say yes.
I'm going to take that. That's good for me.
I don't think that's enough. I think you were looking for over 85 on that.
I think probably 75 was probably my threshold there.
And finally, is there a big difference between Monday at 11 and Tuesday at 1? I think it's very different.
I'm hearing conflicting things about it.
It's very different. 58% say yes. There is a big difference.
It is big is the key word there. It's doing a lot of work.
Quite possibly bigger than the difference between yellow and brown, 38, 39, and 40, and a variety of other different things.
Sure.
Those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching baseball. Dodgers Brewers back in Milwaukee for game number 2 of the NLCS. Dodgers lead 1-0. 7 o'clock on TBS tonight. A trio of college football games today, Connor.
This can't be good.
Fire up your quad box for New Mexico State at Liberty, 6 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. Arkansas State at South Alabama, 6:30 on ESPN2. Or the main event, FIU at Western Kentucky, 7 o'clock on ESPNU. What weirdo uniform will Western Kentucky wear?
Guys, don't be idiots. Watch playoff baseball tonight. It'll be good for your soul.
You can watch an NHL doubleheader on ESPN. Lightning Capitals at 6, followed by Wild and Stars at 8:30. 8 o'clock on TNT. International soccer friendly in Colorado between the Aussies and the Americans.
Whoa, we're taking down Australia tonight?
Absolutely.
Oh, no. Actually, I know what happens. Thank you for mentioning this. Because tonight, the United States will lose in soccer, and everyone will have a freak out panic attack about it and say, what do we do? The World Cup's coming next year. What are we going to do? We lost to Australia on our home turf.
That is a very likely scenario now that you say it.
Nobody will care outside of those people.
Tonight at 7 o'clock on CBS, it is the season 23 premiere of NCIS. I guess, spoiler alert, reeling from his father's murder.
Whoa.
Parker goes to extreme lengths to hunt down the woman he holds responsible. Women can murder? Nancy Travis guest stars. I don't know who that is, but
Let's
it says
see.
it. So I don't know who Nancy Travis is. What do you got on Nancy Travis?
Yeah, I don't have much.
Okay.
I have a picture, but that doesn't give me much.
One of them lady murders. And finally tonight on BBC America, a Sly Stallone double feature from the 90s that I just love. Beginning at 5:30, it's Demolition Man, followed by Judge Dredd.
Yeah, this is a Josh night.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I own both of those movies. I don't need to watch them on cable, edited with commercials.
Good job by you, Josh.
Taco Bell won the franchise wars.
That is going to do it for us today.
Okay.
If you miss anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. Time for a crossover coming up next.